Welcome back to the Ratchet Ramblings podcast presented to you by the CSPN. I am one third of your host, Jeremy, aka Black Dante on Twitter, aka Confucius, aka LeBron traded me too, aka you niggas in Atlanta cannot drive, aka that's all I got. I couldn't think of one. I had some, but I lost it just that quick, but it's fine. Um, my usual friend and co-host is under the weather. Candace is out this episode. Her London and Mike. She said the whole damn house is under the weather, so she is on injured reserve for this episode. But I'm not alone because it is our third friend and co-host monthly. So I mean, I guess hey, won't he do it? He is our own time god. But yeah, our boy Curtis is here to fill in slash be here anyway. So go ahead and talk to the people, Curtis.
What's up, niggas? It just so happened to work out. I was already going to be here. We got the contracts worked out for this episode, but Candace was like, "Hey, can you fill in for me?" I was like, "Well, I was already going to do that because that's how I am." But
True.
anyway, it's your boy Curtis, aka Trilificent, aka Coon Loaf, aka Pretty Black, aka to my gays, let that verse hurt go, aka Team Dry Genitals for Valentine's.
Yo,
Now I'm in the spot.
speaking of verse hurt, did you hear the last episode of the read and that
I
damn?
did. I did. And it was so funny because the last episode of my show, we were talking about that. And I was saying something about some of y'all gays out there, y'all use verse as a stepping stone to bottom. And that's why these bottoms out here mad because y'all be lying. But at the same time, y'all bottoms be out here with all these ridiculous lists and criteria of what makes a top. And it's so funny to me to hear women or hear like lesbians or whoever, anybody that's really not a gay man, listen to that shit and be like, what is the big deal? Who cares if he bends over for somebody else? If he's willing to bend your dumb ass over, what are you upset about?
Right.
And I was like,
Crystal
yeah.
was so confused.
She was, she was rightly confused, as was I. Now, the only thing because I listened back to it twice and a few things were clear. The only thing that I would have said that young man was justified, I guess, in being mad about is the dude told him he was a top. And so that I can see you supposed to be a top. Not only are you supposed to be a top, you arrange a threesome with the dude that tops you. And now he in here looking crazy because he thought he was double dipping, and you trying to hide the fact that he fucks you. And it's just that I could understand being mad about. Because I'm like, you done fuck this up to the point where this man, he ain't even hard. What are we talking about?
It be your own community.
You know what? I don't. Oh, God. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I am here for the community. I'm trying to foster these conversations, but sometimes it's just so nonsensical that you just looking at that shit like, y'all already complain that there's nobody out here to fuck you. Then you got somebody that is fucking you and you mad that somebody else is fucking him. Are you gonna fuck him? If not, what are you complaining about?
Like, what is going on?
Like, y'all want y'all cheeks clapped so bad, but y'all make every excuse for a nigga not to be able to do it. I have confusion. I am confusion. Gays, explain. I am confusion. Shit.
Curtis, I love you. I swear.
Anyway, pay the damn bill so we can get into this shit. Got my blood pressure the hell up already.
It is a whole other damn show.
Right. Shit.
Okay, all right. Speaking of, like Curtis said, paying the bills, you are listening to a CSPN production. You can go to our website, cspn.us. You can click that podcast tab and click Ratchet Ramblings and listen to all of our episodes thus far. And if you like what we got to say about these reality TV shows, you can share the show, like the show. You can leave us a rating on our website, or you can also leave a rating and review however you listen to your podcast, through your podcast listening device, Apple, iTunes, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves these days. It's still the biggest platform of medium. So go ahead and leave us a review, a rating. Please no more 1-star woes. But and also to help us out and support us, you go to our website and click that Keep Our Podcast Free tab and shop with all of our many sponsors. And every purchase that you make with our sponsors through our website will give the Boss Man and CEO Classic a portion of the brick to keep the lights on, to pay for bandwidth and all that great CEO stuff that he does behind the scenes. So you won't have to pay to listen to me sound like a lima rita and some fresh chicken from Publix. And
you being generous with yourself this week.
Okay, all right. Okay.
More like some hog maws and moonshine.
Damn, y'all niggas,
some goddamn pork rinds with hot sauce on them.
Some hot Cheeto puffs.
Right, shit. Some muffler back shot, maybe.
All right.
Nigga talking about some margaritas. Trying to be fancy and shit.
Well, you know I am a fancy hood booger.
Ooh, so you just gonna get my blood pressure up and you gonna sit up here and lie?
On payday I am. Any other day that I'm a regular.
Oh, okay. It's the first of the month. Okay, I get it.
Right.
I get it. You got a few nickels in your little bank account, and now you smelling yourself just like a nigga.
Just see, you got to see where I'm going with it, friend. You got to see. You got to see
like a nigga. Meanwhile, I got a couple of cents in my bank account, and I'm like, don't nobody ask me for shit. It's like they can tell when you get paid too. As soon as I get paid, your next bill is due, bitch. I just paid the bill 3 days ago. Why are you already telling me about more money? I just paid y'all. It's like they got monitors. They know when you get paid. Oh, he got some money now. We got to catch him. Here's a friendly reminder. Fuck y'all.
Right. The shit that get on my nerves is when you just pay the shit and then like a couple of days later, they immediately like email you when your next bill gonna be.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly that. That and the other thing that irks my nerves, and then we're gonna get into the shit because we on another tangent. But for some reason, when I pay the bill and then they email you like, thank you for your payment, I'll be like, bitch, suck my ass. Fuck y'all. I'm sick of y'all shit. Like, I need this email so I have proof that I paid or whatever. But y'all don't have to be jolly about taking my motherfucking money, all right?
Right, like, bitch, I don't want to pay y'all, but I have to pay y'all for the necessities and the utilities that I need to survive.
Right, and that's if I didn't have no motherfucking trouble with the shit that month. And don't get me started on insurance because I don't get nothing from you bitches.
Insurance is a scam.
It's a mother. Anyway, what are we starting with?
So this week in reality TV, it didn't give us it didn't give us theater. It gave us it gave us ROTC awards, really. It didn't give us theater, but
you know what it gave us? It gave us white people covers from The Black Guy Who Tips. That's what it gave us this week.
There you go. Shout out to Rod and Karen.
Not too much, not too much. I like that show. I like them.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, it didn't give us theater. It didn't even give us Chitlin Circuit, y'all. It didn't give us school pageant play. It was like most of the shows I was watching, and by the last 25 minutes, I was struggling to pay attention. But we're gonna get these jokes off regardless. So I think we should start with Love and Hip Hop.
Both of them are we can go ahead and knock both.
We can knock both because Love and Hip Hop Miami. I mean, I feel like Miami is still the reigning champion currently. But it was a kind of a filler week. It wasn't as big of a week. You know, not every episode can be super dramatic and all that because you get burned out quickly. Like I feel like they kind of are doing this smart because the first 2 episodes of Love and Hip Hop Miami was so much, it's easy to get burned out quickly. You know what I mean? Like you got to pace yourself through the season.
Right.
Now, that being said, Love and Hip Hop
New York.
I wish we could put that shit on the sick and shut in list. Like,
listen, solicit somebody that we need to get.
Like, it needs the Kevorkian treatment at this point.
We need for Love and Hip Hop New York. We need that damn medium lady from Real Housewives to come and just cycle through that shit and just get it the fuck out of here. Like we need to treat Love Hip Hop New York like that damn lady treated Kim Zolciak when they had that damn elephant room shit. That's what we need.
I don't know what we need. Like, I don't know. Y'all need to go. I don't know. Like, bring Iyanla on to show us. I don't know what they need. They need help. Is what they need.
So wait, you want to bring a chain chomp to Yandis bundles? Is that what you're telling me, Curtis?
That sounds more fire to me than what they're giving us.
Well, you know that is actually fashion. Oh God,
imagine Iyanla yelling at Mariah Lynn,
nigga.
And what's the other girl named Bree? Not Bree. Bianca.
That is hilarious, and I hate you for that visual. But nigga, imagine her trying to counsel Anais, nigga.
Right. Imagine her talking to Rich. You know what? No, because Rich had his moment. Let's get into it.
Yeah, Rich. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Love and Hip Hop.
So, first and foremost, it's always a little jarring to watch the show when you've seen some of the events roll out in real time, and then you see the behind the scenes, and you're like, "Oh, is this how you?" I see why it came out the way that it did. So, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, Remy. They showed her shooting the video for her song. What's it called? The song that she had with Lil Kim.
Oh shit.
Wake Me Up?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, you're right. You said it. Wake Me Up. Yeah.
So y'all can tell by how that just happened how that happened.
Right.
But they showed them shooting the video, and she's like, this video gotta be super fire and na. And I'm like, okay, so you gonna do the same tired ass shit and be behind the wheel of a expensive car, rapping your bars, and what else? And then you didn't have Lil Kim in the video. And so I'm just, again, I have confusion because they say that the song was hot and and it's doing so well. And I was like, where? In Narnia? Like,
you know what?
I don't remember anybody talking about that song, like, except for like a day or two, and they were like, "So this is all that Lil Kim could give."
Right. I mean, honestly, I still ain't heard the damn song, and I have no intention of listening to it. So
I listened to it a couple of times on repeat, and I will say this: like, it's not that Remy didn't do a good job. I guess it's just that the song uses a sample from Lil Kim's song from her first album, Hardcore, Queen Bitch. And it's the same sample from Mary J. Blige and Lil Kim, I Can Love You.
Right.
But
you would have expected more from Remy and Kim.
No, because that beat is fire. Like, that beat is always gonna be fire. When you hear that, you be like, oh shit, let me get the fuck up. The problem I had with the song, and I could be, it's my opinion, like y'all say on Twitter, is that Remy didn't do anything with it. Like, she used the same rap style that Kim used on the song. And it's like, you have Kim on the song, you're using her sample, you don't need to rap like she did. Like, Remy should have brought her own style to it, and I would have been able to fuck with it more. And then I don't know what Lil Kim was going through. Lil Kim was on the damn song sounding like her mouth was wired shut or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I meant by you expecting more. Not that the production wasn't good, but like,
yeah, I mean, it's hard to fuck up that beat.
Right.
But I just felt like it wasn't Remy. I felt like it was Remy being Kim versus Remy being Remy on the song.
And Kim not being in a damn body.
Kim just being there so she won't get fined.
Right, exactly.
But anyway, I was just like, I don't know.
I felt like they could have kept that, especially since, well, at least that scene, especially since like most of it was the drama that was centered around in was it Saint Marine? Ain't that what it was?
Saint Martin.
Saint Martin, my bad.
Yeah.
Saint Martin, and since Remy didn't, like, not saying keep Remy out of it, because Remy actually, God bless Remy, because she keep doing charity work, and we'll get to that in a little later. But I don't know. I guess like we didn't really need to see like that part. Like, you could have.
Well, you know what? I disagree, because one of the things that that people always criticize these shows about is that we don't see them actually working on their career. We see a bunch of mess and drama. We see their relationship drama, but we don't see them hardly ever in the studio. We don't see them shooting videos. So
Right.
I'm okay with them including it because that's something, it's love and hip hop. So to see the hip hop element is cool. It's just that it was Boo Boo.
Yeah, that's a good point. I retract on that. That's a good point.
You know, and plus with everything else that was going on, it's like they didn't really have much choice if they wanted to be able to insert Remy
Into the show,
then,
into this episode.
with what was going on later in the episode with her conversation with Mariah Lynn, it didn't feel so left field because we had seen Remy earlier that episode.
Yeah, you're right. It just was.
But what was presented was, to me, in my opinion, was still Boo Boo. Like I just feel like
I didn't care about it
could
either.
do better. I don't like. She need a better. I don't know. She needs like a creative director, or I don't know what she needs, but I just feel like she has the talent, but it's just not coming together. I don't feel like she has the right people around her.
I agree.
Because it takes more than talent. Like,
yeah, I agree.
As much as we go up for Beyonce has she has assembled an amazing team around her that helps her get that stuff done. Like, she's not doing it all by herself.
Like, she has the Avengers around her.
Right. And because you can look at people that are talented and you wonder why they flop. And it's like, because the team the things that the team has put together is Boo Boo. Look at Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga, one of the biggest stars on the planet. Even she had a flop period. Hell, she might be flopping now. I'm not sure.
Right.
So anyway, enough about Remy because we need to get to St. Martin. They were fighting in St. Martin, y'all, and I don't get it. Like St. Martin, even after the hurricanes blew through, was still beautiful. Like, I really need to get on my grown man shit, and I need to experience places like that in my life.
Right.
Because that shit had me feeling surreal. I was like, ooh.
Right. And my ass is sitting here and goddamn the wonderful atmosphere of Georgia. So I was just like, oh. I was like, ooh, just drag me by my do-rag.
Hello.
But yeah, Nick, okay, so
who we talking about first? Because there's a lot that happened.
I'm so goddamn tired of Anais. I really am. I do not like her.
I don't get it. I like she really, y'all, and I know y'all talked about it a little bit last week because that was the main part of it, but we saw the continuation of it this week. Like, not only did you go on a charity trip trying to have a vacation, then when they pulled your whole card, you got mad and you doubled down in the shit.
Right, like
I was like, bitch, are you stupid?
Right, like what is like you do you know how much it irked my soul to be like, yeah, Yandy and Jonathan are absolutely right about you. Like, bitch, you wilding right now. Like, what you doing?
And the fact that she wouldn't even listen to Jonathan,
right,
is what made me. I was like, okay, so what is this bitch on?
Right, like, listen, there's a lot of shit this season that you can call Jonathan out on, but in this situation,
and that damn
it was absolutely 100. He was doing something that Remy told Mariah Lynn later on, which we'll get to. He was being a friend. He was like, listen, bitch, you my friend. I love you, but you wilding right now. You wrong. Like, what are you doing?
Like, and I mean, part of that, of course, was to save face because he specifically invited her.
Right.
Wasn't nobody checking or thinking about no raggedy ass Anais to go do charity work in St. Martin.
Especially
he was like, oh, I got the perfect motherfucker to come with us. And now you bring this bitch and she don't want to do no fucking work.
Right.
And my thing is, nobody's saying that you can't enjoy yourself. Of course, even if you're doing charity work, if you go somewhere like that, you're going to take time to enjoy yourself. But that's not but when it's time to work, put your motherfucking gloves on and come over here and help us.
Right, because that's in this episode, that's what they did. Like, after they worked the previous episode, they played, they enjoyed themselves. But bitch, you came there like it was a motherfucking a tour at Disney World. Like, no, motherfucker. They came to work. I can't think of it was either Yandy or Juju or Jonathan or shit. Maybe all three of them. Like I said, we are there to help and we are there for the people, not for our enjoyment. We can do that later. Like when
Right. Like we here to help people, and you know that. Trying to act brand new. Oh, I thought this was a vacation. Bitch, no, you didn't. Like, please cut the fucking shit. Like everybody is working, and then here come your dumb ass lounging like LL Cool J featuring fucking Total. If you don't get the fuck out of here.
Right. Like shit. That's why Ruben want to get rid of your ass. Hell.
With good reason. And that's why Rich sugar ass is done with your ass too. Like you ridiculous for no reason.
Right. And do you know how trash you gotta be for a nigga like Rich to be like, nah, I'm good.
We'll get into that later.
Right, because I ain't gonna lie, Rich had his moments this episode. He did.
Oh, he was the victim of some moments.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I do not like Anais. Like Mona, let this be her first and last time on the show.
She's not likable. Like
she is not.
We have yet to see her do any fucking music.
Right.
We have yet to see her perform anywhere.
Right.
But somehow her Sylvester Stallone looking ass is always in the middle of some shit.
Right, always. Right. You know how
mad at Ruben because
he wants you to act like you got some.
He want a fair deal in his marriage. It's like, if I'm paying for your career, the least you can do is be a fucking wife.
Right.
Like, we are married. I'm not saying you, because most niggas wouldn't be letting her do half the shit that she doing.
Exactly.
Especially if you ain't blowing up on the Billboard charts and shit. They'd be like, well, bitch, if you're not gonna be on the charts and you're not gonna be in the studio, you can be at home in this kitchen or in this bed.
Right.
At least be on the couch eating bonbons like Peggy Bundy. Shit.
Right. She might need to be a hit bitch. Shit. Do something constructive.
She keep fucking around, she gonna be a hit bitch.
Yo, because I thought Juju was finna put hands and feet on her.
No, I knew Juju wasn't gonna put hands and feet on her, but I was expecting Juju or somebody to be like, sweetie, if that's how you feel, you can leave. Like, we don't need you here. And to be quite honest, nobody thought about you when we booked this, so your presence is no longer required. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Right, you are dismissed. But yeah, I do not like Anais. I really don't. Like,
there's nothing to like about her. There's nothing to like about her.
In my opinion, she is one of the worst additions to any of the Love and Hip Hops, in my opinion, in recent memory. She is one of the worst. Maybe not the worst, but one of the worst. Because there's nothing, like you said, there's nothing likable and nothing redeemable that I want to see from her again, like ever.
And the thing about it is, there are unlikable and unredeemable people on these shows, but they at least bring something. They bring drama. They bring something. And Anais brings literally nothing.
Exactly. Nothing but up there sounding like she got syrup on her goddamn tongue.
Listen, sounding like she chewing fucking peanut butter. Her mouth get to moving like Mr. Ed, and I'll be like, here we fucking go.
Yo! You are so stupid.
She get on my nerves.
Exactly.
So, this whole go ahead. I was gonna say this whole thing with Cayenne and what's the other girl name? Because I get them confused. It's Cayenne, Jacquay, and what's the girl name? Bree?
Yeah, Bree the Broke.
Okay, because I get Bree and Bianca confused if they're not in a scene together.
Right, because like what Candace said, like that Bree is Bianca's stunt double.
Truly. Like, it was a couple episodes ago when y'all said something, I was like, that's not the same person.
Right.
Okay. I only know them apart when they in the scene anyway. Right. So
Cayenne is just she is so crazy as well.
I'm gonna say something. It may be an unpopular opinion, but hear me out.
Okay.
So we watched the episode. We saw Jacquay invite Bree, kind of under false pretenses.
Right.
Which y'all love to do that shit, and then be sitting here looking crazy when they go left. But it's like, that's what happened when you misrepresent things to people. Anyway, so they sitting there talking, and he's like, "Well, this is my sis, and Cayenne is my lady. I want y'all to get along." So in walks Cayenne, and they, you know how they do. They start posturing and posing and start talking shit, and it's like,
right,
man, a bitch, take her purse off and sit down. Damn.
right.
So they start arguing, and what are they arguing about? Instagram, and
Right.
I just can't see in real life or fake life
Any
or
life.
the Matrix going to a restaurant, whether it's in San Martin or whether it's in San Diego, and arguing with the motherfucker that I don't actually know about some Instagram comments. It does not compute. I don't understand. Like, unless you threaten me or you threaten somebody that I love, like if I feel like you might actually do bodily harm, then yeah, we got a lot to discuss physically. But you getting on there and be like, who is this bitch? Don't nobody know her. And I'm like, well, obviously you know me because you're making a video about me. So what is there to argue about? Anyway, so they start arguing, and Cayenne says, she asks her a question like, did you say something like that? Did you say this? Put it on something that you love. Bree says, I put that on my grandmother. And Cayenne says, well, your grandmother's about to die. And then everything went left. And maybe because I pay attention to the conversation and I know that words mean things. Like, everybody took it as if she was threatening her grandmother. And I'm like, but you just promised on your grandmother that what you were saying was the truth. And now she said it in a very callous way. But if you tell me, if I say put it on something you love, and you say I put it on my grandmother, and I know your ass is a motherfucking lie because they just showed the receipt.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Of you lying. And I say, well, your grandmother's about to die. Send her roses. That's not, you know, I get it. It's easy to take out of context. But to me, Kiara didn't. What the hell I get Kiara from?
Cayenne Pepper.
Right. She didn't really say anything that was wrong because you the one who brought your grandmother into it. And then you still lying. Now, again, like I said, the delivery was trash. Like, she definitely could have said that a better way. But for her and Jacquay and everybody that heard about it to be flipping out like, oh, she threatened your grandmother. You know, you got to go get her fitted for some Kevlar. It's like, no, that's not what happened.
That's the first time this episode there was something that was dealing with Bree's grandmother that was taken out of context or taken the wrong way. I actually don't disagree with you because I looked at it and I agree with you. Like, Cayenne's delivery was trash because she tried to be smart, which she actually
Cayenne's problem in that instance is that she was too smart for Bree. Bree was too dumb to understand what she was saying.
There you go. Because, like you said, because she basically like pulled her bluff because what it was is, and VH1 pulled the tapes. The reason Cayenne has an issue with Bree is because Bree, like you said earlier, Bree was just like on IG just talking shit about the girl.
Shit. And I'm sorry. Let me say this. I'm sorry. But for anybody listening and for these reality TV people and these Instagram
videos,
quote unquote, personalities, getting on Instagram and saying, who is this person, makes you look the fuck stupid. You look stupid. If you are addressing somebody, you know who the fuck they are.
That's true.
And you saying, who is this? Who is this? It's not going to make them look any less than, because we can see it's a whole person. So what are you even talking about? So for Bree to do all of that and then lie about what she said on Instagram, then try to flip that long ass table.
And I think in one of those, at least in one of those videos, I remember that she said something alluding to the fact that something with Cayenne and the baby. So what?
Something about her kid or something.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I understand why Cayenne has issue with Bree.
And my thing is, Cayenne was, to me, she was very calm, because most women that I know, you say something about their child, and it's on site.
Right. Right. So I like I say I don't disagree with you. I agree with you in thinking that, and like Cayenne was smart, but she was too smart for Bree, and Bree was
Yeah.
too dumb to understand what the
Yeah,
fuck she was
she
doing.
wasted some good shade on, and that's the see,
Yes,
that's the thing with shade. You have to know your audience, because if your shade is too intelligent for your audience, it's gonna be wasted because they're not gonna get it.
exactly.
And
That's why. That's why
I'm
I was
not
Real Housewives.
saying.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'm not saying that Bree is a dumbass.
But she was too dumb for that level of
But
shade.
that went over her head, and I'll
Right.
leave
That's
it.
why that's why on Real Housewives of Atlanta, everybody be shade and Portia, and she don't catch on.
Right.
So, but yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I didn't take it as Cayenne was talking about her grandma. It was more so like Bree, like you a bold face ass lie because
Right. She called her bluff. She was like, "Put it on something that you love.
right,
You did. You continue to lie, so I'm pulling your bluff. That
right,
thing that you just put it on is now in jeopardy because you still lying."
right. And then she got big and bad, and like it took all her strength to try to flip that goddamn table.
That long ass 70-foot table. Like, what were you thinking?
Like, are you stupid? Are you the fuck
Yes.
okay? No, the fuck you not.
And
And
then
you know what? That's the first time, because in all of the fights that Bree has either been a part of, that was the first time where it actually looked like she was doing some shit, even though she wasn't. Because any other time,
AKA the first time she ain't got her ass whooped is what you're saying.
because I'm not even gonna say, I know we don't like her, and for good reason, but that shit that she tried to pull with Mariah Lynn at Snoop damn shoe party, she started that shit, and she started that shit for no reason. And I honestly believe, I don't, like you said, Mariah Lynn ain't no real bitch, but neither is Bree, so that would have been a wash in my opinion.
Right, and that's the main thing. Like a bitch that's not a real bitch, she know a bitch that's less real than she is. So, of course, Mariah Lynn was gonna be all. Now, Mariah, the problem with Mariah Lynn is she ain't no real bitch, but she don't 100% know that she's not a real bitch. So she's still gonna try it with people that she shouldn't.
Right.
But in instances where she knows she got the advantage, she gonna press it. She not gonna be. But anyway, so that whole I actually felt bad for Jacquay because he was trying to get them to stop, and they just in there yelling. And even though you agree to be on this show and you know what it is, it's still got to be embarrassing. And then you in a whole nother country. That was my thing. I'm like, we in a whole nother country. If y'all bitches don't calm the fuck down, because if they come in here with some handcuffs, y'all on your own. You better hope Mona got a good legal team.
Right. Good the hell luck, everybody.
No, good luck specifically to y'all motherfuckers. Shit.
Yo, but that goddamn Cayenne, she ran. She was fighting the damn.
Yo, and then that was when I was like, okay, too much. When I get that she was upset, but it looked like what was that?
She was running from the goddamn security like Speedy Gonzales.
She was all on the beach running. And I was like, it's over. Like, why are you still yelling, trying to get to this girl? It's over. Right. Security is between y'all. What you think you're gonna do? You're gonna go run around on the beach and get to her from the backside? Like,
right. Yo, she thought she was Michael Jackson and Remember the Time. She was gonna dissolve into the sand.
She really did. She really thought she's like, no, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. I can get around these motherfuckers. And it was like, what are you doing, sis? What are you doing?
Look, she thought she was gonna find a hidden spring in the beach and she was gonna hop over to get the brief. Jacquay.
Yeah.
Now,
let me say this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't. Please, send help and help me understand, because I don't get it. I'm looking at this nigga and I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Let me tell you what will never happen in my lifetime. You will never see me fighting and yelling and screaming and running on the beach barefoot and doing the most over an ugly nigga. That's just not. I mean, you're not gonna see me do that over a fine nigga. You damn sure not gonna see me do it over no ugly nigga.
That's like I listen. I see it from Jacque's perspective. I don't see it from Cayenne's.
Right, of course, we see it from Jacque. I mean, he's
I mean,
Sophia the body, and
I was about to say, we can be completely honest. I didn't see it from Sophia the body's perspective because I'm like,
I mean, like
either that because she was a homosexual, so.
Well, that's true. That
she
is
true. To stay, so.
But I just don't get it. So
speaking of his ass, so his ass after that whole debacle, his ass go.
Oh, so we talking about the behind the scenes stuff first?
I'm depending on
that
what you
found out about later.
Okay.
So after all of that, he has to quote unquote clear his head. He go talk to his boys allegedly.
Love saying that when they were about to do some stupid shit.
Right. And so next thing you know, we find out later in the episode that Anais, handsome Squidward looking ass, spent the night in Jacque's room with him because he was gone out of the room. And so Kiara went and got her own room, which made no fucking sense to me.
At all.
Like, why would you spend somebody's money? I mean, I'm sure it wasn't your money. Right. Like, go get a separate room. Like, you could just stay in the room, especially if you wanted to confront the anyway. So he invites Anais. They run into each other in the hallway.
Right. Quote unquote.
Allegedly.
Right.
And they spent the night talking and smoking hookah in his room.
Right.
Then we find out later
that she showed him her pussy, but they didn't do nothing.
But he declined, which honestly I believed him because
same.
Anais, sweetie, you're not all that. You just not. You just not.
I mean, she looked like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, so there's that.
She just I don't know.
Like she looks like a blue-eyed white dragon.
That's rude.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
So then we get back to this timeline and Cayenne. Was it Cayenne or was it yeah, it was Cayenne. She goes to Mariah Lynn's room. Mariah Lynn in there sitting in there like she ain't got no friends.
Push me to the edge, all my friends.
And she done went and got her hair cornrowed, and it was just like,
right,
this is why you ain't got no damn friends.
Right. She thinks she Justin Timberlake.
Because you just like the most cliche thing you could have done on the island, that's what you go do.
Right.
But anyway, this ain't about white women with braids.
But I would say this. She shocked the hell out of me because I did not see her telling Cayenne that her approach was wrong. I did not see that. I thought she was gonna go full. You didn't. No, you weren't wrong, sis. Da 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 da. Like yeah. I did not see that from Mariah Lynn. I was like, is this growth?
It's a different writer. Because growth is a pattern. It has to be established. So
that is actual factual.
For right now, we're gonna say it's a new writer. They went and got somebody that's a little bit more enlightened,
right?
And gave us some nice lines instead
of somebody
lines.
They got somebody from Very Smart Brothers,
right? Right. They got somebody from The Root,
right? Not BuzzFeed though. Not BuzzFeed.
No, not BuzzFeed. So then, so she tells her basically, it was like, sis, you could have possibly been wrong. But again, It was the same thing. It was like, they basically were taking it out of context and they weren't taking the whole thing that she said.
Right.
Again, because the way she said it was fucked up. And it's like, that's what that whole, I hear that and I refuse. Well, that may be generous. I was going to say, I refuse to believe that none of them on that cast could understand that except for Cayenne. Why I keep calling her Kiara? Whatever.
She looked like Kiara.
Right. At first I was gonna say I refuse to believe that Cayenne is the only one that understood that. But then when I think about this cast, she may be the only one that truly understood what she was saying.
Remy probably would have understood what she was saying.
Remy would have understood. You're right. Remy,
Pap.
Remy, Pap. Maybe
Probably
Snoop.
Rich. Probably Rich.
I don't know. Rich.
You don't think Rich would have understood that?
I feel like Rich would have bypassed understanding in order to be sympathetic to some titties.
You know what? Valid.
You know, I just
nigga Richie is valid.
Because at the beginning, end, and midday, he always on that creep shit. So
yeah.
I think he's intelligent enough to that he would have understood it. He would have understood it, but he would have found a way to creep it out. So
yeah. But
anyway.
Yeah. You know what? As much as I get on her, I think Yandy would have understood it too.
You just being nice on tonight.
But I mean, she understood the next one that was taken out of context later in the episode.
Well, Juju was there though.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that was it because Juju.
I don't know. I just feel like Yandy don't understand bundles, so I'm not gonna give her the understanding of words and phrases and whatnot. I'm not able to do that on this recording. You know, Yandy don't understand marriage and what it actually means. So,
well, shit.
You know, I'm unable to do that. So I can't rock with you on that one.
We all spirituality.
Right. I'm a spiritual wife. She on that brandy shit. Anyway.
The spirit of a wife.
Right. Yandy walking in the spirit of a wife to a damn Anyway, off topic. So Mariah Lynn, I guess she allegedly hit Jacquay up when Cayenne said she was coming to the room, which means the producers were like, this is the time that you go into the room.
Right.
So he goes in there so they can talk, and they talk and
squash it out or whatever.
They squash it, which made no sense to me because the night before he was like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of being with bitches that's always yelling and fighting and scrapping and doing all this. And then the very next day, after you done seen, unfortunately, after you've seen Anais's vajayjay, now you know what? That might have been why he wanted to work it out. He saw the crossroads and was like, you know what? I got a good thing over here. Right. Let me go work that out. Like,
right.
Anais pulled them drawers off, and he was like, oh, this is the abyss. I got to go.
Right. He probably Anais pulled off her drawers. He probably had the Dumas face.
Listen, she pulled them panties to the side, and he was like, well, it's been nice knowing you, bitch.
Right. He turned into that Homer Simpson just and just
right. And just morphed into the wall.
Right. So he was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna go work things out with my girlfriend. You have a nice night.
Right. But then he sat up there and got in that bed and lied.
Right.
Or I mean, he kind of lied by omission, but I feel like there was something that he said that was a specific lie. Either way, he wasn't 100% truthful with her, which we'll find out more about later in the episode. So what was so then they it's their last day there, right?
They had the whole meeting and to put it together and stuff.
Yeah, they had this whole meeting, and Safari is a messy bitch that lives for drama.
He really is.
Like, he's like, oh, I don't mind saying messy stuff to get the shit popped off, and then I'm gonna go fade in the background.
Right.
That's what Safari does.
Right. He was on his Quincy Jones.
Right. You want to talk about a messy bitch. And you know what? The thing about Quincy Jones, before we get off topic too much, the thing about Quincy Jones' messiness is he too old to even live for drama. He just don't give a fuck.
Right.
That nigga's decrepit. He don't give a fuck.
Right.
He can't even live for the drama because he might not live to see it.
Right. He might not be with us the next day.
That nigga might be 6 feet under after he done shifted wigs and shit. Anyway.
Right.
So they sit there and they start talking, and that's when we find out about Jacquay and Anais being in the room. And then Anais comes in, and Anais is a fucking lunatic. Like, I don't know what is wrong with her. They started charging her up again about not helping and trying to be on vacation, and she get mad and she walk off, and I was happy for that.
Right.
And then Bree shows up, and Mariah Lynn shows up, and then they start arguing. But then somehow, again, that new writer, you know, he wrote in some lines for Mariah Lynn not to be a complete buzzard.
Right. She's still a buzzard, but not a complete buzzard. Not this time.
Right.
I have to be honest. She was not a complete buzzard this time.
And they squashed their beef, and to the point where Mariah Lynn was like, if Bianca is mad at me about it, then she's just gonna have to be mad at me about it. But I'm tired of having beef with you for no real reason.
I mean, and
about grandmothers, and it was all over the place. Everybody had to get up. Like Juju got up,
right?
Yandy got up, but we know Yandy ain't gonna do shit.
Right.
When Juju got up, everybody was like, "Okay, wait a minute."
right. Everybody was like, "Whoa." Before we even get to that, like you said, Safari's like, "I'm tired of this." He got up and grandstand.
Oh, I forgot about it. Yeah, he ran off, and Jacque walked off.
The shit, like what?
Hey, you started the shit as usual with your messy ass.
Right, grandstanding ass. But anyway,
but you could tell that was for the cameras because he didn't even sound believable. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. I'm leaving. Like, you know who he sounded like? He sounded like Ruby Rod from Fifth Element. Every 5 minutes is the bomb or something. I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. And it's like, nigga, shut your dumb ass up.
Right. But anyway, like you know what? And like because Mariah started it by saying like she was like they were, because I think Brie had started explaining like the situation with Cayenne or whatever, and then like Mariah Lynn was like, my grandmother and your grandmother are in the same situation, and they wouldn't want us to be out here like this. And then Brie took that as like she was insulting her
as soon as she hear grandmother, she go
and she
want to go Super Saiyan.
And Juju and Rihanna was like, girl, and even Jonathan was like, girl, she not talking like disrespecting your grandma. She just saying that they both in similar situations wouldn't approve of their granddaughters out here wilding and acting the fucking
like she trying to have some common ground with your dumb ass so that y'all can work it out.
Right, because both of y'all birds and really don't need to be pecking each other over this shit. To be perfectly 100, because I mean, this is the whole thing. Like, Brie and Bianca got beef, and we have established that more than likely what Brie is saying about Bianca is probably true, that Bianca was on some shady shit with her man. That's more than likely probably true, because Bianca don't even try to deny it. She just try to whoop Brie ass. Right. So that's probably actual and factual. So that beef is pretty valid. But Mariah and Dream Doll really don't have shit to do with this. They just in it because Dream Doll is like, well, if y'all try to jump Brie, then I'm gonna jump in it. And Mariah's like, well, if y'all try to jump if y'all try to jump Bianca, then I'm gonna jump in. And it's like, girl, both of y'all need to sit y'all asses down. And
you know what this is? This that young people loyalty bullshit. I got to be loyal to my friend no matter what. And now y'all all out here looking the fuck stupid.
Listen, and never mind, because it's a new year. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not gonna be straight.
But anyway, because we done spent way more time on this than I thought we would. Right. So Safari runs back to New York and is messy again. And the way that they shot it, they made it seem like Rich was mad at Jacque about Anais, but then he gets up and hugs him, and I was like, gross.
Right.
Like, okay, you're not mad about it. You done with her, okay, but you don't have to celebrate him taking down,
right?
Allegedly fucking the woman you were just the woman that you were just dating and was gonna move into your place.
You about not being divorced,
right? The circumstances of her marriage. The whole thing was just weird and dumb.
Speaking of Rich, his goddamn mama read his ass.
Yes, God, his mama read his ass down to the motherfucking center of the earth.
His mama read the insulin out his ass.
She did.
She was like, "I don't believe you, Richard." She used his government. I don't believe you, Richard. This
is what you always do. But more important, what I want to understand about that scene is, why does his mother look younger than he does?
Yo.
I looked at that and I had to really pay attention because I was waiting for the caption to come up to say who it was. I figured it was his mom, but I was like, there's no way that can be his mama because he looked older than her.
Right. That's that karma from him being a piece of shit all these years.
And then that thing popped up, Rich's mom, and I was like,
shit, his mama looked like his sister.
Listen, his younger sister.
Right.
I was like, what kind of backwards ass voodoo spell is this?
Right. I'm telling you that all the years of him being a piece of shit, that's his karma because his mama like.
I guess so. Is that the consequences for being a part of Creep Squad?
Well, I mean, because all them niggas ugly. So I mean, Safari the only one that looked decent, but
yeah, but Safari got his own issues. So,
I
mean, but we know Snoop can be pretty.
Right.
Like she's not ugly the way she is, but
right.
We know that she can doll herself up if she wants to and be even more fire. But
right.
It ain't no hope for DJ Self.
Right.
It ain't no hope for Jacquay. Jacquay look like a fucking velociraptor.
And DJ Self look like a depressed honey bun.
DJ Self look like where you can get like that one real big ass like 6 foot gummy bear.
Yeah,
that's what DJ Self look like. Anyway, we off topic yet again. So that whole thing happened, right? Rich mama read him for filth about the way he be treating women,
right? And about his health.
And then we end with Remy having a conversation with Mariah Lynn. And they kind of alluded to it earlier because Remy was talking about, Remy was like, oh, I've signed to a major deal now. I got Columbia behind me, which I don't know, just learning more and more about the behind the scenes of what Remy got going on. It just makes it feel sadder.
Right.
And it saddens me because I want Remy to win.
Right. I was just about to say that, but it's like, damn it, Remy.
But knowing you got anyway, so she sits down with Mariah Lynn and they start talking, and she kind of gave Mariah Lynn her props about squashing the beef with Bree, but then told her flat out, she was like, bitch, I need consistent good behavior.
Right.
AKA, I'm not doing no song with you. Like she was like, I can't go to my record label and ask them to clear a song with you because the first thing that's gonna come out their mouth is, ain't that the girl that's always fighting?
Exactly.
And I said, well, damn, Remy ain't told no damn lie. Because we've said that.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Remy agreed to do it, I was like, why would you agree to do a song with Mariah Lynn? Now, granted, 90% of the reason why I asked that question is because it's Mariah Lynn, and I'm like, I don't know where the talent is, but also because look at her reputation.
Right.
Like that one episode, she had like 2 fights.
You're right, in one episode. And was then throwing Remy out like a credit, and it's like, sis, first of all,
I got Remy in the bag, and now you looking real dumb because Remy's like, nah, bitch, you ain't got me.
Right.
I don't know what you got.
Right. If you
syphilis or something, but you ain't got me.
Right. If you continue on this good behavior, then you got me, but it is conditional.
Listen, Remy put her ass on a white woman action plan.
Right. Listen, that is how you hold white women feminism TM to the fire.
Yep.
See,
that ass on the action plan. Mm-hmm. Well, you're not gonna get what you want if you ain't acting right. How about that?
Right. Remy was like, you got to do more than put on your pink pussy hat.
And that was really it. We'll see what happens next week. But like I said, we squeezed a lot more out of it. I think it was just because there was a lot that happened in St. Martin.
Yeah.
But overall, it was still kind of dry because nobody was throwing hands. Bianca tried to throw a table. I mean, not Bianca. Bree tried to throw a table that was 3 times as big as her. She looked stupid.
Right.
Wait, we forgot about
I was Jacquay trying to get Cayenne back, and goddamn,
she didn't have time.
Creep Squad TM more. Right.
And these niggas, Snoop, DJ Self, and Safari, following Jacquay around the park, and Rich following Jacquay around the park while he trying to talk to Cayenne. And Cayenne, she was like, I don't want to hear the shit. After he told her that
he saw Anais pussy,
Anais showed him her beef skirt.
She was like, "You got me looking the fuck stupid." Do you understand that?
Like I'm about to fight a whole bitch, and that wasn't for him, but
right.
You got me out here looking stupid. Like, nah.
Right.
No.
And then she saw them and was like, "Oh, so you really think this a game?
You think it's a game? You think it's a game? Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, because Jacquay was like, "Oh, when it's the right thing, you got to check." Shut up. You look dumb. You sound dumb.
Right.
It was that much right. But again, that's my thing because shit, not the day before, whenever y'all was in, you was done. You were done with her.
Right.
Like, I don't know what Anaisa's pussy looked like. I don't know if she ripped back her panties and that shit looked like the Crypt Keeper. Whatever she did to your ass in that room that made you be like, you know what? I got to work this out.
Right.
But you wasn't talking about that before when y'all was on the beach. You was done. You left her ass there to deal with all that shit.
Right.
She was wilding, but
right. She must got Medusa down there or something. Cause
I don't know, because I ain't never seen a nigga that turned off after being anyway. So that was Love and Hip Hop. I mean, like I said, we squeezed a lot more out of it, but Love and Hip Hop Miami.
Okay, I know where I want to begin. I know exactly where I want to begin. I am goddamn disgusted that Bobby Lights, who gets on my nerves, gets on all of our nerves, especially for his antics the first couple of episodes dealing with Trina. But nigga, I am goddamn disgusted that Bobby was out here begging. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I understand that domestic violence is wrong, and I am not saying that Bobby was right for hitting Jeffrey. I am not saying that at all. However, the fact that Jeffrey is out here acting like he not whole ass cheating on this nigga, unapologetically at that, and acting like the victim, and acting like he justified in cheating on and hurting this man. What? Huh? What? Boy, fuck you. What? Like, he's like, it can never be. He's like, I can never be with you again, Bobby, and I don't want you, and you crossed the ultimate line of respect. Like, nigga, you was cheating on this nigga. Like, what? What?
So what? let me interject. I agree that there's a level of disgusting to that. However, how can I say this without sounding like a piece of shit my damn self?
Don't go full Jeffrey, Curtis.
Well, no, I'm not going full Jeffrey. I will say I know what manipulation looks like, and I know what taking advantage of a situation looks like. And when I saw that and the way that Jeffrey was acting, like if I believed that the way he was acting was 100% because Bobby slapped him and embarrassed him, then I would be like, okay, I mean, you milking it, but he did put his hands on you. Like, and that is embarrassing as fuck. Like, I can't say that I wouldn't center the conversation on that too. Like, you embarrassed me in front of people. But when I look at that and when I hear that and when I look at that whole thing, what I see is,
you think he manipulated Bobby?
He manipulated that situation and used that as an out because he didn't want to be with Bobby.
Right.
And so you already don't want to be with Bobby.
Right.
And then Malik comes back and now you got you a chocolate teddy bear that is ready to come out of the closet and whatever. And, be a open, whatever. And instead of
how you felt about Malik,
instead of just coming out and saying, Bobby, I mean, I appreciate what we had. I'm not going to do this with you no more. And I would suggest that you get a little bit more sun here in Miami because you should not be that pale.
I know, right?
Instead of just coming out and saying, okay, I don't want to be with you no more. He used that situation to his advantage. Now you've hit me. Now I have a valid reason not to be with you. versus, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So because I don't want to be with you and I want to get out of this situation, I'm gonna ham it up. I'm gonna play victim. I'm gonna make you feel even worse about what you did because I'm not trying to be with you. I want to get out of this.
Right.
That was what I saw.
I could agree with that. I could like basically like he gaslit Bobby essentially.
Yeah, it was like you know what I mean? Because I feel like if Bobby had not invited him there to talk, they never would have talked. He would have been like, "This shit over. It's over."
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna oblige you, and I'm gonna come talk to you, and we're not gonna acknowledge what I did. We're gonna acknowledge what you did,
right? Because
you're the one that fucked up. Because I want out of this relationship, and if we make it about me, I look like the asshole for breaking up with you."
Right, because and I think that's why. Well, I mean, more or less, like we know that he was cheating on him, and like I think that's kind of why I'm more empathetic to Bobby, because that is kind of shitty. Like, because he basically gave the same excuse, like you said, like when niggas just don't want to be with somebody anymore, like they make all the excuses in the world, like either they leave or they cheat. Because he gave classic nigga excuses that niggas straight niggas use when they cheat.
Oh, you don't spend enough time with me.
Yeah.
Oh, blah blah blah. Oh, blah blah blah. But you hit me, so I'm out.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, now at the same time, we can't with clear conscience say that Jeffrey is wrong. But
wrong.
Not for that. Like I said, if it was truly you hit me and I'm never gonna let nobody put their hands on me, so I'm out. If it was solely that, we could not say he was wrong, even if he was cheating. But again, to me, the way the situation looked and the way he played into Malik so quickly, I was like, he didn't want to be with Bobby. He never wanted to be with Bobby, not from what I could tell.
Yeah, I can rock with that. I can rock with that. It's like it's one of those situations where it's like two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
But you see kind of like how Jeffrey played it, because he basically, like you say, he manipulated the situation, because like you said, he even when they had that sit down and Bobby tried to talk about and even Bobby admitted, like, okay, I was wrong for hitting you, but like you also have been doing some creepy and shady shit. Jeffrey flipped that shit all the way around and, like you said, continued to focus on Bobby instead of like I'm not whole ass out here cheating on you.
Yeah, I'm not taking no, because I don't want to feel bad about this breakup. And if I take responsibility for anything, then I look like the asshole.
Right.
And how did the scene end? Bobby on his knees, and not in a good way. He crying to the Lord or whatever.
Right.
And Jeffrey is off. Tra la 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 la. He's skipping like motherfucking Goldilocks.
Right. I ain't even gonna say that.
Not only did he finesse his way out of that situation, but he put all of he did that emotional transference shit. He put all of it on Bobby, and he left with it free and clear.
Right.
Like I said,
I ain't gonna lie. I felt a little bit for Bobby. I was like, God damn.
I was neutral on the whole thing because it was like Bobby was wrong, but at the same time, like I said, I know manipulation when I see it.
Yeah.
And like I said, he used that situation to his advantage. He flipped that situation to his advantage to get what he wanted, that he was too chicken shit to just do.
Yeah. And like I said, I felt for Bobby, but like I say, I'm not saying him putting his hands on Jeffrey wasn't wrong, because it was. I just, Jeffrey up here acting like he whole ass ain't cheating on this man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a thing where it's like that was wrong as fuck. But then when you see somebody that was doing something wrong too, not taking responsibility for it, it fucks with you. I get what you're saying, but like I said, that was
the nigga up here in a goddamn fedora with
yeah, that whole thing. I was like, and then so Malik came out to what's his name? Prince.
Yeah.
And I was like, and Prince said it in his confessional. He was like, I already knew.
We have been saying that since the premiere.
I'm sorry. I'm like, and I'm not one of those gays that's like everybody gay or look at him, he got a little bit too much a flick of the wrist, so he must be down. But it was very, very, very evident in Malik. Like, I had no doubts at all.
Right.
So it's like, okay.
That's since the premiere.
Kudos to you for walking in your truth, but you don't You know what? I take that back. You only get half. You only get 50% kudos from me because I'm not gonna sit here and act like the catalyst of you doing all this is because you want your ex back when you knew he had a boyfriend and you pursued him anyway. You trash.
I was finna say the circumstances. I mean,
Yeah, you were trash. You trash for that.
Yeah, and it, like
I mean, I get it because Jeffrey is cute, but you still trash.
I would say this. He is handsome, but the way he dressed, like if he dressed like Donnell Jones' cousin that didn't make it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have everything.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I like having everything.
Hold on before you. I like you said. Prince's reaction was like, so and nigga, you still my nigga, like.
Right. I mean, to be honest, Prince. Anyway, I don't need to do that. The internet has done that enough. I don't need to do that. Just, you know what I will say? I will say kudos to him for being cool. And he was like, it's not gonna fuck with our friendship. It's not gonna fuck with our business. Like, congratulations, I guess, my nigga.
Right.
He was like, basically, he was like, just don't bring the fucking drama.
Right.
Like, you can be out and suck whoever dick you want to, but don't bring all that drama in our business.
Right.
And that's real. So I have a question, and I want to, I know that there's no real answer to it, but I want to ask it anyway. And that question is, why is Veronica Vega so fucking whack?
Niggas.
Like, she is whack as fuck.
That is one whack motherfucker. And also, that motherfucker loves saying nigga.
Yeah, I know Candace said that a lot. She didn't say it during the episode, did she?
No, she hadn't said it on episode, thankfully.
I know Candace was saying that she had a song where she was saying it like every third word.
And then on social media, because I retweeted something from Ramblings account today, and she was on Instagram hashtagging all types of niggas. And this was like recent. I want to say like a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay. So can we pull your Afro Latina card, bitch? Because from what I can tell, you a whole white woman.
Right. She either a white woman or a white Latina, but you know them.
Well, I mean white Latina, but
yeah, you might as well say because they unlike Afro Latinas, they pretty much completely assimilate to their whiteness. So you know.
All I'm saying is, I ain't seen you be down with no nigga causes for you to be having nigga on your mouth all the time.
Right.
And then you whack as fuck. You don't look like you have any discernible talent from what I can tell.
Right.
Your hair boo-boo, but you know.
Right.
So so JoJo.
Listen, let me tell you something about JoJo. JoJo, and we said this last week. I can appreciate someone that's messy
and stands up in their mess.
Listen, let me tell you something.
JoJo's like, yeah, I said it.
Because let me tell you something. You can say a lot of things about JoJo in this situation, but JoJo's standing up in her mess. Veronica and that other damn girl
with them turquoise ass eyebrows. Are
man.
You stupid, ma'am? Looking like a fucking reject Sailor Scout. Get the fuck out of here with them turquoise eyebrows.
A Sailor Scout that flunked her Sailor Power test.
Right.
Because them some messy help.
Sailor Comet.
Sailor Drip.
Right.
They some messy heifers, but they messy. I'm working on being a better person, Jeremy.
You know, and but my thing with that really too is I don't understand Veronica's reasoning for being messy in that whole situation with Amada because you don't even want young Hollywood. What was the fucking point?
That's the whole thing. I mean, and I know
it would be different if you actually wanted the nigga or you was getting some quality dick out of it, or at least a track. You ain't getting shit out of it. You just being messy towards Amada for no reason. And like Candace said, Amada can be whiny, yes, but you still going behind her back talking cash shit about the situation, and we see the woman dealing with the shit.
Oh, push pause right quick. I forgot this in my notes, and I just want to say, doubling back real quick, and then we'll continue with this. Jeffrey's friends, they the real MVP. So they told that nigga,
Jeffrey's friend was like, "Oh, you trash."
Right. Jeffrey's friends were like,
like, we sorry you got hit, and we hope
but
it don't leave a mark. I mean, you a little bit darker, so it probably won't, but you still trash.
Right. So that's that. Listen, you need friends that let you know, like, hey, we love you, but you being trash right now. Oh,
yeah. His grandma was the same way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His
But
grandma
anyway,
was real sweet. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just like.
But yeah, that's the other thing, because like, and again, it took Young Hollywood like 5 fucking episodes and Juju getting his ass.
Let me tell you, when I tell you Juju read his ass like fucking Charles Dickens, I was like, I'm here for it.
You're right. But him and Amara, he genuinely finally apologized to Amara. But like you said, like, it didn't make any sense because you didn't want Young Hollywood.
Right. So it was like, so what's the point of you acting the way that you acting? And so that you look at it and it's like, so the whole thing, y'all trying to go to bat for Amara and everything, the whole thing looked fake.
Right.
Because now,
and like we said like Amara, on Amara's end, she get, sometimes you do have to pick your battles, and sometimes there's a time
and she I mean, you can tell that she's still learning when and where to be assertive.
Yeah. Like
just like y'all said.
Yeah, but the spirit of discernment, and just like, y'all bitches move funny, so let me just move out my way.
And that's the thing, y'all are supposed to be my friends, and y'all are the ones who decided to stick up for me. I didn't ask y'all to do that.
Right, because that's the other thing, like, they gaslight the fuck out of Amara, because just like Young Hollywood was doing before he apologized, they get gaslight Amara saying, well, it's no big deal, and y'all, you making it blowing out proportion. But it's like, okay, but you bitches was the one that went to bat for me and saying how trash this nigga was, then turn around and being in cahoots with the nigga. So am I really taking it that much out of proportion?
You know what I liken it to? It's kind of one of those things where it's like, if something racist happens to you and you tell some of your friends, and some of your friends be like, I mean, that happens to all of us. It's not that big of a deal. Like, think about like when racist stories come out and we on Twitter and we outraged. I always wonder, who did they tell in their personal circle that was like, it's not that big of a deal. Don't make a big fuss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's always that. It's like, this is a bigger conversation than just the three of y'all. But you trying to downplay it because, I don't know, you tired of it, or you wish you hadn't volunteered. I don't know, but they both whack. Whatever the turquoise bitch name is, Veronica, whatever, you whack too.
Let me tell you something. Again, JoJo is messy, but she stand up in her mess.
She stood up in her mess and she said, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. She said, bitch, I am a millionaire. It would cost me money to slap the dog shit out of your ass.
Listen, there's no way you could come back from that.
No, there's no way. She was like, you are a broke bitch.
Right.
From the projects. You live in the projects now.
Hey, JoJo was like, look, bitch, I will get an overdraft on my account if I slap your broke ass.
Listen, she was like, I will call my lawyers right now and get them prepared for some shit, just so I can put hands on your ass. And then not only that, that was the most complete drink throw I think I've seen in the last couple of years on these shows. Like, she threw that whole drink in her face.
The whole drink. The only one that's better is when it wasn't a drink, but when Shay threw the ice cream cone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was talking about actual drinks though, because they always throwing drinks. When I tell you, she had a full face of liquid.
All of it.
That was a hell of a throw.
Right.
Like Veronica. And my thing is, you know what? I appreciated JoJo in that moment, because Veronica Vega is one of them people that's like, well, I'm from the hood and you not, so you automatically gonna be scared of me. And it's like, that's the thing, y'all. Y'all have to understand that some of these rich kids and some of these suburban kids, they may not be hood, but they crazy.
But they with the shits.
They with the shits.
Listen,
Like, don't think that just because you from the hood that you can't get your ass beat.
You know how I know that JoJo was with the shit?
JoJo dad is a fucking drug lord. Girl, are you stupid?
That too. But you know how I know JoJo with the shits? Is because the whole conversation, JoJo didn't raise her voice not once.
Nope.
She was calmly.
Not only did she not raise her voice, she did not back down on nothing. She didn't double talk. She didn't try to start explaining nothing away. She was like, "What is it, bitch? What we gonna do?"
She was like, "Is it?"
Because you sitting here trying to tell me that I move funny, but you move funny,
right? So if anything is Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man, the thing
right?
This Spider-Man owns that she's Spider-Man.
Right. The problem, the thing about it is you the 1960 Spider-Man and I'm the 2018 Spider-Man. Right. So what is we gonna do?
Right. So I'm about to be up here fighting Thanos and Infinity.
Because I'm about that action, bitch. Do you understand? I have a high-powered suit.
Right. Like you still up here in that old ass leotard. So I mean, what is we saying?
What is we doing?
What is truth? But yes, JoJo
absolutely with the shit, and I can appreciate that.
Right. I appreciate somebody that's with the shits and lets us know that hey, I'm with the shits. I like JoJo. Right.
She's like, don't get it twisted. Just because my clothing is expensive and I'm rich and my mama and my rich daddy is here, I will still beat your ass up in here.
Right. Something that you can't relate to, peasant.
Right.
Right. So she effectively called Veronica a peasant.
She did. So speaking of peasants, Lil Scrappy is in Miami.
Listen,
and
still in medium shirts.
Still in mediums. I don't know. Scrappy just. So one of the first things he does when he gets to Miami or he's settled in Miami is he meets up with Shay. And I'm just like, what is the reason? Why?
First of all, before you go, because we have to do this because it's customary. Shay's wig is trash.
Shay wig always trash. Shay's
right, that's why we have to say it every episode.
Like Shay wigs look like she cook them in the microwave.
Right. Or and you know, like those dollar shit. What are the things called? Those like like those noodles. Like shit. What are they? Damn.
The ramen noodles?
Yeah, the ramen noodles. Like you get in a pack, like, and they got different varieties. Like they got the shrimp, shrimp chicken. Yeah, it's like if she warmed that shit up in the microwave, it would be her wig.
Yeah, Shay wigs look like she make them out of like paper mache from old overdue bills. Them wigs are awful.
Curtis, I can't stand you. I swear.
Them wigs are terrible. I just
they are like if you made them from like thread and like old iTunes bills, it will be her wig.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so Scrappy roll up on Shay, and he start gaslight. Speaking of gaslight, he gaslit the fuck out of Shay.
He did. And she was like, well, how would you feel if I was dating somebody? He was like, I wouldn't be cool with that at all. And I'm like, nigga.
And I'm like, but you cool with all the shit that you did to her, propose to a whole ass other woman on the reunion, and VH1 ain't shit for showing.
Right. And then not only that, but we know that this is in a not too distant past. You married now.
Right.
To another woman.
Right. Right. You in Miami trying to find Bambi adult teeth.
Talking about, we can just be friends. You don't need to be friends with that woman after everything you done put her ass through.
Right.
Shit. You probably the reason why she still can't get her damn wigs together.
Right. Talking about you amazing and you beautiful and you always was down for me. But I'm like, okay, she was down for you, unfortunately, with her dumb ass, but look at the shit you put her through. Like,
right. Like she better than me because I'm like, I'm not even sitting down with a nigga.
Right.
Anyway, so Scrappy is in Miami. There's probably gonna be a segue to him joining the cast next season.
Right.
Probably this season.
Right.
But it just won't be.
He moved to Miami mid last season of Atlanta.
Right. I'm just saying, like, it probably won't be official till either later in the season or next season. It probably won't be official till next season. Like, but he'll be part of the actual lineup.
Yeah. Probably.
What else? You asked me about Malik. It's interesting seeing this storyline, but I'm not moved. Like, I'm not trying to discount anybody's coming out or anything, but it's not anything that we haven't seen before. So,
Yeah,
and again,
I
you
would say
sad because you chasing after your ex who already had a boyfriend. You using that as the catalyst for you coming out the closet, and that's trash to me.
that is one emotional ass nigga.
He emotional because he been sucking dick behind closed doors for so long.
Well, yeah, that is true. That is also true. I think the only thing else I got is
The whole Trick Daddy
nigga.
situation.
Nigga.
I don't understand Trick Daddy at all. Trick Daddy, like, you mad that she don't want to be with you. You mad that she.
He just mad.
He's just mad. I mean, and I get it, because if I woke up looking like discarded chocolate ice cream, I would be mad too.
Also gotta admit, because I say this every episode when we talk about Trick Daddy, gotta admit, ain't seen that many capes for him lately. Like that first episode.
Oh, them capes was gonna get caught up in the trash when especially when he started exhibiting trash behavior. Like, we only gonna cape for somebody if they're a good person.
Right. I mean, shouldn't have been
even though we knew Trick Daddy was trash from the beginning.
I mean,
but it wasn't on the show yet. So
right. I mean, even though we literally have proof, but what? Yeah, we talked about that on that episode that you were here. So I mean, we said all we had to say about that.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah. So,
but anyway,
I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, you asked her to make a decision and let you know, and she did, and then you got mad, and it's like,
and then got mad at Trina,
and then you mad at Trina. What you mad at Trina for? Like, I mean, Trina may have overstepped her boundaries a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of understood where she was coming from. Trina was like, it's been 4 motherfucking years of this shit.
Oh, like Trina was like, look, you my friend, God bless her. I don't know why, but what the fuck ever.
You my friend in making money.
Well, fair.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they really are friends. I just find it hard that you could truly be friends with somebody that married your cousin and treated her like shit.
Yeah.
And we know Trina is very, very, very business minded. So
that also
see that being a friendship of convenience,
because she's really doing him a charity with this whole Trick Daddy and Trina album. Because
right now, I mean, Trina ain't just popping on the charts or anything, but she could definitely release a solo album.
It's something that you have said before. We know Trina's name and speak Trina's name. We know Trick Daddy's name, but we don't speak his name.
Right. Like that TNT album is definitely more of a benefit to Trick Daddy than it is to Trina.
Exactly.
The only thing I can say with that is if they manage to recapture some of their old chemistry, then it will be a little bit more beneficial to Trina. But outside of that,
so I got this in my notes, and Trick Daddy looks like an angry blood vessel, and I'm just
like a clogged blood vessel.
I mean, hey, this jokes for all, free for all jokes.
But he can go.
Yeah, he can go. Like, he is trash, and I just honestly, I want better for Joy, because it's like,
yeah, that's why I was glad when she was like, I want out. I was like, good.
Right. I mean,
you are beautiful. You still young. Joy can't be but in her late 30s. She got to be around the same age as Trina.
Right.
So maybe 40, her early 40s. Maybe. Young, beautiful. Like, first of all, I mean,
Trina's cousins doing her makeup, so she got connections.
Right, doing hair and shit. Like, you don't need to. Trick Daddy ain't doing shit for nobody.
Right.
Least of all you've been on your own for 4 years anyway.
Right, 4 whole ass years. Like, no.
So
like, that's what I wanted better for. I wanted better for Joe, because it's like Trick Daddy ugly, his thoughts ugly, his thoughts on love.
Right. He's just ugly on the inside and out. And that, it's one thing to be ugly on the outside because you can't really do nothing about that. But when you ugly on the inside too,
right? He looked like an unpaved. He looked like an unpaved road.
He looked like he looked like when you leave a receipt in the car in the sun and it start turning black.
Yeah. Yes.
But anyway, that was pretty much it. That last scene with Shay and them weird looking girls yelling in the parking lot. I was like, we'll have to wait till
Chinese.
I don't know what that was going. I don't know what was going on. So we have to wait till next week to see what that was about.
Right. I think it's because Scrappy trying to freak on them, and Shay, for whatever reason, is gonna take offense to that. And it's like, but girl, this nigga ain't your man. So it's like, what?
Well, you know, that's Shay's favorite thing, to be caping for a nigga that ain't hers.
Well, okay. So who do that more, her or Nasal E?
I don't know. I would say Shay, because Nasal E more lifts herself up when she ain't got nothing to lift herself up with than cape for niggas. Shay, that's all. Like, that's her claim to fame. Every show she been on, and she been on 3.
Well, yeah, that's true, because I mean, all of Nasal E's have been on one show, and Shay's been on 3 different ones. So yeah,
she been on 3 different shows doing the same thing.
Yeah, Nasal E only been doing it on one show. So
right.
Yeah,
like I said, she got a whole host of other problems too.
Yeah,
so okay. That was Love and Hip Hop Miami. We'll see what happens. So where are we going next? We got Married to Medicine, Growing Up Hip Hop, or Little. I say Little Women Atlanta because that's I have the least amount of notes for that.
Let's do it. Same. Nothing really happened that much on Little Women Atlanta. Except for I got a couple of notes. I will say that I think Devon and Tanya are the most attractive couple on that show.
So I'm gonna be honest.
This ain't gonna end well.
I'm gonna be completely honest. They are indeed little women, and so it's very difficult for me to really know if they're attractive, because it just.
I'm picking up what you put down.
They're little women, you know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. It just.
Tanya look good on her confessional this episode.
I mean, Tanya's pretty.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, but I don't know. And it's probably not politically correct. I don't know. It just like I don't know. It's hard for me. It's because, it's like they little women, and I know they grown, but it just don't feel right to be like, yeah, she fine as shit. It's like, is she only 3 feet tall though? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It don't feel right. I mean, does anybody else feel that way? Is it just me? It don't feel right.
Listen right into the Crown and Collars Park.
Tweet the show.
Tweet the show.
No, it just don't feel right to me.
Tweet the show. Tweet the show. And Curtis, let him know. Like, is it wrong? We are going to start a dialogue. So
it's like, I acknowledge that they are grown women. They out here fucking and having babies and doing everything, but it just, I don't know. It don't feel right. It don't feel right to me.
The concern of your phone.
It don't feel right. And then I look, and then they have full-size boyfriends, and then Andrea boyfriend is not only full-size, but he a big boy too. And I'm just like, it just don't feel right. And I'm trying to remember the episode I saw last season when they were getting into an argument, and Nico grabbed Tanya to take her out of the restaurant, but he was holding her like a baby, and I was like, it don't feel right. It don't feel right. I know she's little, but he was holding her like a baby, and I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, y'all. I mean, drag me if you must, but it just don't feel right. I know they grown and they out here shit. They getting more dick than I am, but it just, I don't know. I don't know. But Tanya is very pretty.
Yeah.
Tanya's very pretty. Sometimes she's my favorite. Sometimes she start getting on my goddamn nerves with all that foolishness. But
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. But speaking of Andrea.
No. Let's save that for last.
Oh, okay, because
Let's save that for last because that's a little bit of a drag. So, shout out to Minnie. I hope she can get her heart issue together.
Indeed.
And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Indeed.
Them radio niggas at the beginning of the episode where her money was at the red, they was doing a lot. Like they were hanging from Minnie Clit like a goddamn swing at the playground. I was like, damn.
Yeah, like they were putting on like a motherfucker.
They were putting on. I'm like, damn. I mean, I've watched a couple of seasons of this. Minnie ain't that great. No shade. She ain't that great. She a liar.
Well,
you know, but I was like, okay, whatever. I do have a question about Miss Juicy, and I would like to know why Miss Juicy hair always look like she just got it cut by some kindergartners. Like for you to gas yourself up the way that you do, and Miss Juicy baby, and all that shit that you stole from Lil Wayne. I'm like, why your hair ain't never right? Like your signature hair is to have a bold color. Okay, great, but it looks fucked up.
She look her damn Juicy hair always look like she got it done by some niggas that just learned how to cut hair.
Yeah.
Like,
Juicy hair always look like it's done by the chick from Holiday Heart who had the bike. I can't remember her name.
Right. Her hair always looking like an edible arrangement.
No. Edible arrangements look nice.
A basket of like an old ass basket of fruit, like the fruit done like somebody that left a basket of fruit and like didn't.
Yeah, they didn't care for it and didn't eat it.
Right, the shit done got rotten.
I mean, but her hair literally looks like, you know, like those little bitty scissors that little kids have.
Right.
That's what it looks like they used to cut it. I'm like, why your hair always look like this? Anyway, so now it's blue and it look raggedy and look like you got split ends, and it's just like, okay. So the other thing, so now we can
you know what Juicy hair look like? You know what Juicy hair look like? Juicy hair looks like the remember how fucked up Cersei hair was when she did her walk of shame?
Oh yeah, when they cut her hair.
That's
no fuck.
Yes, that's what Juicy hair remind me of.
Yeah, you know what? Juicy hair do look like every woman when she do her own big chop.
Yeah, yes.
In every movie and every TV show, when they do their own big chop, that's what Juicy hair, and it's grown just a little bit.
Right.
I just, you know, like I said, for somebody that gassed themselves up so hard and so high, I would just expect your hair to look a little bit better.
Right.
I mean, not all the time, you know, you ain't always got to be on, but I ain't never seen Juicy's hair look good. I've never seen her hair look good.
I had a little she got the eldest, but yet she got the eldest, most hatingest deaconess member haircut.
Yeah, she definitely got deaconess I don't give a fuck haircut.
Exactly. There you go.
So Andrea, or rather, shit, what's the other sister name?
Amanda.
Yeah, so the last episode, they were out in the forest or whatever the fuck, and Amanda's full-size big boy boyfriend, Jordan, proposed to her.
Yeah.
Jordan looked like 3 of her, and it just makes me uncomfortable, but whatever. You know, love is love, whatever. And so he told Minnie, and Minnie went with him to pick out the ring because it don't sound like she actually did much. But
no, honestly, because I went back and watched not only did I go back and watch the last episode, but I watched the episode prior before they went on the trip. Minnie, she really didn't do shit. Jordan it was just one of those things where they just.
He just needed a woman's opinion to make sure the ring he was picking wasn't ugly.
Right, and he wanted to tell somebody.
Right.
But and then
he was very adamant that he did not want Andrea to know.
Right, and then Minnie, because he told Minnie not to tell anybody, but then she fucked that up and told who was it that she told?
Sam, I think.
Yeah, she told Sam. Sam didn't tell nobody else, and Minnie didn't tell nobody else. But still, and I mean, Jordan was mad at Minnie for that. But you know, they squashed it. Whatever.
But that was Minnie being Minnie trash. Like we're not gonna act like she not.
Right.
She been trash.
There you go. But anyway, so
Andrea, who was Amanda's twin sister,
right?
Twin sister in Little Women-ish, Little Womenhood, whatever. And she is mad as fuck. She is mad because she felt like, allegedly, she feels like she should have been part of the engagement. And so she's mad that she wasn't. However, in watching the episode, we discover she's not mad at Jordan, the one who actually proposed to her sister and bought the ring. She's mad at Minnie for not telling her or whatever. She even went so far as to say if Minnie was a good friend, she would have convinced Jordan to include her in it and everything. And so no, that was later when she started being petty.
Oh yeah.
But when she was sitting down with, I forget who she was sitting with, and she was like, if she was a good friend, she would have convinced him to include me, and he didn't even tell our parents, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, and it was just like,
yeah.
And it was like, okay.
And Amanda just sitting there looking at her like, girl, what?
No, because Amanda was talking to somebody else, I think.
Oh yeah, that was before they went back to the house. Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, no, that was before they went back to the house. Like it was Andrea and somebody else, and they were out somewhere, like sitting at a restaurant balcony.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh," and so then that piggybacked into the thing that we see on Twitter all the time, where it's like something happens, and then everybody who don't like that person, they come out the woodwork. And they got all these grievances. So then all of a sudden it went from Minnie should have told him and she's the reason why I wasn't included in the engagement to she's not a good godmother. She don't care about whatever the child's name is. And I don't not to say anything against the child, but I'm like, I've watched enough seasons of these shows to be like, you don't really too much care about these kids, but you know, whatever. They go back to the house. And Amanda asked her specifically, let it go. I'm engaged. I'm happy. Everybody knows now. Let it go for me. And Andrea's like, okay. And that lasted all of a day.
She said okay, but she was like,
She didn't mean that shit. Which we knew she didn't mean it. You could tell by her face.
Right.
Because, but again, my whole thing with that, damn, this damn cough. My whole thing with that is Andrea, to a certain extent, has a right to be upset, but you mad at the wrong people. You mad at the wrong person.
Because I mean, I legitimately understand, like, if that's your sister, you would want to be.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I'm not heavy into family, but I can see. I mean, I didn't realize that being actually being a part of the engagement was such a big deal. So I kind of get it. But again, you're mad at the wrong person.
Yeah, that's
the only person who had any control over that engagement was Jordan.
Right.
You ain't got no smoke for Jordan because you know your sister slapped the shit out of your ass. Or rather, she won't slap the shit out of you. She'll just stop talking to your ass.
Right. So you taking it out on Minnie.
So you taking it out on Minnie.
Like that's because I was a couple of things. I would say this because, and this is not to get too far on a tangent. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, I ain't gonna say that. Like I said, I understand like Andrea being disappointed, like she wasn't included, because I'm not gonna say I'm kind of like neutral on family. Like I love some of them niggas, but I don't love all them niggas, if you get what I'm saying. So like I get it to a degree. Like I understand her feeling away, But why many like if you feel a way at anybody, like you said, you should feel a way at Jordan because Jordan is the one that he didn't tell you this, obviously, but he told Amanda was like, I wanted this to be something on my own. Like I didn't want to tell Andrea.
Right. I didn't want to tell. He said it specifically. I didn't want to tell Andrea because I felt like she was gonna tell it.
And knowing Andrea,
she was gonna spoil the surprise, and she probably would have.
Exactly.
But again, you ain't got no smoke for him.
Right.
So that's why I said I was like, you already had, because the way Andrea acting, she acting like Jordan went to Minnie and Minnie told him not to tell anybody else.
Right.
And that ain't how it went down. Like you sitting up here, you turning up for no damn reason.
Right, when that's not the case. Like Minnie just happened to be there, and Jordan told her not to tell nobody. And I mean, she already broke that here. She told Sam. Thank God Sam didn't tell anybody else.
Foolish on Jordan's part because shit, Minnie would have been the last motherfucker I would have told.
Hello. But I mean, you know, hey, nobody else knew other than him, Minnie and Sam, and so it went off without a hitch. And your sister is happy, she in love, and all this stuff.
Right, she love her ring, she love her man, she happy, everybody happy for her, and you sitting here mad because you weren't included. And it's like, okay, but at the end of the day, you're not the one getting engaged. Like, and my thing is, I get it to a certain extent, but then at the same time, you gotta look at the bright side. It's like now you have a whole wedding you can help your sister plan.
There you go.
So are you really going to be here and you're going to be stuck on being mad that you weren't part of the engagement, or are you going to be a part of the real celebration that is the actual wedding? Like, you got to pick your battle, sis.
Right.
And so then they go to this winery. Was it a vineyard too?
Yeah.
Whatever, some kind of wine experience. And they fake wine drinking asses was all looking dumb. Because they were sampling like real wine and you heard them, I like sweet wine, like Kool-Aid sweet. Like, okay.
All right. It's
like I know I'm not a wine connoisseur and I like wine to be a little bit sweeter. So I'm not gonna go to no wine tasting because I know it's gonna be nasty. But anyway, you know, Minnie planned the outing. And then they get all the way through it, and then Andrea just can't help herself no more. And she's talking
about the wedding.
Right.
This is my thing. Like, it wasn't because she was like, Minnie just keeps throwing up her face. And I'm like, girl, everybody
was talking. It's like she's sitting there triggered because people talking about her sister getting engaged. And it's like, if you had just gotten engaged, everybody would be talking about it too. Like,
what are you doing?
So they out there. And she just started going off on Minnie. And basically, she chose being petty towards Minnie over her sister's feelings because she started saying that Minnie didn't do a good job of helping Jordan pick out the ring. And if she had gone, then her sister would have a much better ring. And when she went and helped pick out Money's engagement ring, it was much better. And she a fake ass friend because she didn't pick out a good ring. And
Minnie told her, like, girl, I didn't pick out the damn thing.
Right. Minnie's like, I didn't pick it out. I was there. And that's like I said earlier, Minnie was there and probably just told him, okay, that's not ugly.
More or less.
And she'll probably like it.
More pretty damn much.
You can tell Minnie is not like, she didn't go there with like a book and like all the descriptions on the different cuts of diamonds and bands, and like she was just there for more support,
more or less.
And so
Jordan was up there shitting bricks when he got that thing.
Right. And so then Amanda is like, okay, but I love my ring, I love my man. That's it. And Andrea would not let it go. No, I would have picked out a much better ring. And she a fake ass bitch because she picked you out an ugly ring. And everybody, well, not everybody, but Minnie is like, but your sister likes her ring. What is the issue?
Right.
And so they just keep going back and forth. And so Minnie finally walks away.
And my whole time looking at this, I'm like, Andrea, ain't you pregnant? Like, what you doing?
Right. And so they were like, you need to turn down, sis, because you pregnant. And I was like, everybody just kind of sat. I mean, they just kind of stood there. because I guess when somebody get worked up, you don't want to. But I was like, I'd have been like, bitch, you wrong as fuck. Like
Right.
that's like, are you even looking at your sister's face right now? While you basically call?
I don't think she did. She didn't look at her sister not one time.
You calling her ring ugly to her face.
To her face.
Because you mad at Minnie.
Over nothing, really.
Over nothing, but no, you mad at Minnie for a lot of reasons. And now they all starting to come out. Because like I said, all of a sudden, now Minnie is because she said that too. Oh, and I should have never made you my kid's godparent. I should have made money because you don't care about them. I don't give a fuck about you buying them clothes. And it's like,
so it's like, oh, okay, you've been had this issue with Minnie.
Right. So you've been had an issue with Minnie. You've been faking the funk this whole time because they've fallen out with Minnie multiple times over the seasons. You had every opportunity to tell Minnie that she a shitty ass godmother, and you never did. You waited till this ring shit popped up and was like, oh, you a fake friend because you picked out my sister's ring and didn't include me. And by the way, you a bad godmother. Like, girl, bye.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, that was pretty much it with Love. I keep saying Love. Little Women Atlanta. Again, y'all tweet me y'all thoughts, I guess, about it. I just feel uncomfortable looking at the Little Women in that capacity. And it may, maybe that's just me. And I mean, I'm gay anyway. So at the end of the day, it truly don't matter. It's not like I'm looking at the yams because I'm trying to smash, but I can still admit when a woman is attractive, and I don't know, it don't feel right.
Right.
Beautiful gowns, though. Beautiful gowns.
Let the meat cake. Oh, so growing up.
Yeah.
No.
Let's do Married to Medicine first.
Yeah, Married to Medicine.
That shouldn't take too long.
Okay, so not too much happened. I got a couple of notes. I did.
So they were still in. Where were they?
They were still
Barbados.
in Barbados. Yeah. I do like the thought that Dr. Heavenly put into trying to find her husband's grave.
And I mean, that's the thing. Dr. Heavenly is an amazing wife. She's a shitty everything else.
Yes.
Like, she is an amazing wife. Like, she definitely puts 3,000% into being a wife to her husband
and into her field.
Yeah, I mean, they're all good doctors. We know that.
That goes without saying.
As far as
everything
else, it's like, what is wrong with you?
Like,
that was very nice to see that. It was nice to see Dr. Jackie and Curtis try to make the best of a weird ass situation.
Yeah.
Because I know Dr. Jackie was like, I mean, she said it too. She was like, this has taken the power away from me. Like, I was in control of when I saw him, how much time I spend with him, and now I don't have no choice.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, nobody thought about her feelings before they invited him.
Yeah, like,
and that's the thing. It's like,
I'm glad they working it out. I am, and I'm like we said last week. It is good to see like a black couple and like a black professional couple, among these reality TV shows, kind of work it out and actually seeing them actually making steps to work it out. Like, that is good, but at the same time,
y'all forcing them to do it looks bad.
Yeah,
like not giving her that space and that freedom. Like, yes, that's her husband, but they on the outs. Like, how do you know she want to see him? How do you know she want to be stuck in a room with him for however long this trip is?
Yeah. But it's like, I honestly don't think Dr. Jackie is like adverse to it per se, but it does.
But you can tell she's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and she's trying to make the best of it.
Yeah.
But she's uncomfortable because it was unexpected.
Yeah.
And that's anything. Shit, if you go to the Chili's with your friends, and then all of a sudden your ex pop up, you're gonna be like, like, okay, I know I told y'all we was working on it, but I was just trying to get me some baby back ribs and kick it,
Yeah.
and now y'all done made it awkward and put me in this position. Like I may not have wanted to see this motherfucker. So
Yeah.
that was that. I don't know why Toya is always picking at Dr. Jackie like they in middle school or something.
Yo, Toya need to get her some dick.
I feel no, Toya needs like a month or 3 worth of dick. Like she need to be getting dick consistently for an extended period of time because
All right. You
she
know,
just
why are we here? Toya annoyed me trying to make her sex life with Eugene like a competition with the other couples.
that they are they are all a little bit too comfortable discussing their sex lives with each other. Like I get when you have friends, we all have friends that we talk about sex with a little bit, but
yeah,
they take it to the extreme.
There's no boundaries with some
And
stuff.
it's like y'all are not young. Like I could get it if it was like, girl, my man finally gave me an orgasm. Oh, girl, I get that. But the way that they do it is like, all right, now how exactly did he lick your labia? And it's like, girl, what? This too much. It's too much. Like they obsessed with each other's sex lives and then get mad if somebody don't want to tell all their details. But it's like y'all are all conservative anyway. Like y'all faking the funk like you not, but you are.
Right. Y'all
all are somehow connected to a doctor. Like that's just y'all don't roll like that. Y'all want to convince us that you do, but that's why the shit don't. It always blow up in your faces every damn time.
Or less. But yeah,
that was in my notes too. I was like, that's what I was. I was like, Lord, please let that tubby ass Eugene give this woman some dick.
Yeah, you know what? Eugene is not fine, but he not ugly. To me,
he not ugly. He just
porky.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He kind of looked bad by association. Yeah. And it's like Toya fine, but she's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just a little porky. Speaking of porky, so at one point they did like a little clinic, which I thought was real cool. It's like we all doctors, we on vacation, but we have an oath that we doctors no matter where we go. So they had a little clinic and they brought people in and were doing like checks and stuff. So Eugene check his own blood, or they check his blood pressure high. Then he's sitting there trying to check his own blood pressure. So they basically had to get on him about his blood pressure and doing something about it and getting on medicine. Like they were trying to get him to go to the hospital, like right then and there. Right. And he was like, no. And then Dr. Jackie was like, yeah, doctors are always the worst patients.
Right.
Which I can see it.
Yeah. And that's like typical with, I mean, it's especially like black men, like we are like the worst at like in general, like in taking care of ourselves and ignoring shit that we know we shouldn't. So it's like I was disappointed a little bit in Eugene, but it's like also like this is kind of a common thing among black men, and just a piece of like a PSA, like black man, we got to take care of ourselves. Don't be out here.
I feel like a lot of that is rooted in we don't like getting bad news, number one, and then we don't like getting bad health news because we feel like if we get told something is wrong, then
it's
automatically our vitality is gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it takes convincing. It takes convincing to be like, I mean, there's still something you could do about. I mean, I'm a living witness, so I know that whole thing. But except that I'm not a doctor. I don't know if I would do that if I was a doctor because I would probably freak myself out.
Yeah.
But so he made a pledge to do something about it. So hopefully he does.
Right, which is good because probably also the stress of having to work so much
to get out of all that damn debt.
Right,
and then you constantly got your wife hounding you about sex.
Right,
and talking to everybody else about sex, and you like, oh damn, shit! I got to drive 8 hours to work
at another hospital.
At another, like, goddamn, calm down.
Right. So hopefully he get it together.
Yeah.
Hopefully he get
So quad,
my quad.
Let me tell you, that was probably at top 10 instances of unbothered that I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, Heavenly,
Like Dr. Heavenly was boo the fuck hooing, and Quad was like, I need a little S&P, sis. Need a little S&P. And they like, Quad, are you that hungry?
Quad was like, check please. I was like, Quad.
Waitress, some salt and pepper when you get a chance, sweetie. And they like, Quad, we having an emotional moment. Quad was looking like Phaedra at that damn reunion. Like,
yes.
Quad went full Phaedra. She was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't care.
Look, she turned into that blinking white man. She was just like, I don't understand what are we doing here?
You know what that face told me? That face told me, y'all know I don't fuck with her, so I don't know why y'all surprised.
You know what?
I saw that, and I'm gonna be honest. I can't say that I would not do something similar.
I was finna say, you know what? Depending, that's a mood. Depending.
It was just like, I mean, I need salt and pepper, and I don't fuck with her. Like me asking for salt and pepper, y'all can continue y'all conversation.
Right.
But I mean, it was insensitive, but it's Quad. Yeah, and it's Dr. Heavenly. I get it. Like if it's somebody that's been consistently showing their ass, I probably wouldn't give them too much either. Like, okay.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, this has been kind of a theme here on the show this evening, where it's like gaslighting, because it's like, yes, was it insensitive of Quad to do that? Yes. But this is also Dr. Heavenly, who has been consistently insensitive to Quad and other members of the show.
Everybody.
And I mean, remember, it wasn't just too long ago where Dr. Heavenly made that insensitive comment about Quad not being able to have kids.
Right.
So, I mean,
or asking the question.
Right. So I mean,
you don't have no kids with Dr. Greg. So it's like,
right. So it's
I get it to a point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you gotta. It's like it's Dr. Heavenly. Like
right. It's like I'm not saying it's
it ain't right,
but
I understand.
There you go.
As Chris Rock used to say.
There you go. There you go.
It ain't right, but I understand.
There you go. So speaking of Quad, so I kind of want to skip the whole sex therapist thing, because that thing was kind of
didn't really they could have kept that whole scene, because that I didn't see nothing be
right other than Damon shattering the glass. I really didn't like. They could
he shattered the glass, and
that
we know that Toya and Dr. Eugene finally got it on that night.
Right.
But other than that, like nobody else got anything out of that. I will say that Dr. Greg's voice is very annoying. I will say, I don't know if it was the Barbados light, but he did not look as bad to me as he has in previous episodes.
I can see that.
But his voice, like that nigga voice, remind me of something out of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. I was just like,
like his voice.
Oh, please shut the fuck up, you mousy bastard! God damn.
Yo, he sounds like the remember Tom and Jerry when Jerry had that little cousin mouse?
Oh God.
That's who he sounds like.
It's like Dr. G, shut the fuck up.
Touche, pussycat.
Right. Again, I feel like it's like, okay, Bravo, y'all trying to stuff they sex lives down our throats. And I get it to a certain degree, because these are all older women. They in their late 30s, 40s, maybe early 50s. And a lot of times society throws these women at these ages and older away. I get it. But we don't have to talk about their sex life every fucking episode.
Right, like we don't care that much, bro.
We don't care. The only one that I might be interested in is Cecil sex.
Cat Daddy.
And that's it. And maybe, you know what? Cecil and Quad. Those are the only two whose sex I would be interested in.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't care. That's it. I don't even mean Cecil sex with Dr. Simone. Or just in general.
Yeah, I'm thinking of. I would be interested in Toya, because I can't dismiss all that ass.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about Toya.
I feel like I feel like Toya. as fine as Toya is, she would be annoying during sex.
Yeah, because I can't tell if Toya is too much for Eugene, and she be like breaking shit out on him that he ain't ready for, and even though he a stocky man, she throw it back, and he like fly across the room.
Look, the power of the booty.
I can't tell if it's that or if it's just like mechanical to the point where it's like, what's the point?
You think like she you know, like it's some people that are like so fine, but like they
but they pillow princesses.
Yeah,
I'm on the fence. I can't tell because you know, obviously, let her tell it. She act like she swinging from chandeliers and shit, and Dr. Eugene be like, "Okay, girl."
Right.
And then you know, it's like, well, you just like born missionary, and I like it from the back. And he looked at her like, "Okay, sis."
Right.
So I can't tell, but I mean, I guess at least she would look good.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I can see it.
So then we get to the end of the episode.
The boat scene.
They're on the boat, and I mean, I missed something because I was like, why is Mariah turning up so hard?
Look, you know,
she couldn't wait to go in on Quad.
You know, so okay. So first of all, Dr. Contessa, honestly, I mean, you can feel how you want to feel about it. You know, people listening to watch the show, or whatever. But I mean, she didn't lie. I mean, all to a certain degree, pretty much all of them women kind of have their moments where they act the same. I mean, she really didn't tell a lie.
It goes from person to person.
Right.
Whose turn is it to act the fucking fool?
Right. Whose turn is it to act the fool? Season
it's just that some people have more turns than others.
And there you go.
Dr. Heavenly and Mariah.
That's because speaking of, like, I really don't. I don't understand. Well, okay, I understand why Mariah went at Quad. Not saying I agree with it, but she wasn't going with it. Mariah turned up on Quad because she's Mariah and she's trash and has consistent trash.
Like, first of all, why is this even something to argue about?
But then the second thing is, I don't understand why Dr. Simone, who just was at odds with Mariah, decided that she needed to turn up and tag team and go in on it with Quad. Because just a couple of episodes ago, so Dr. Simone herself was just telling Mariah, like, look, bitch, you coming back here acting like shit is all sweet and saying that we need to forgive you, and you not checking to see have we forgiven you for all the shit you did. So for Dr. Simone to just do a complete 180, because I guess she was feeling away. Because I guess she was feeling away because Quad did that shit when Dr. Heavenly was pouring hard, which again we get, but also it's Dr. Heavenly, so it's like, yeah. But
it's Dr. Heavenly and Quad.
Right.
But for you to we give you so many chances and we baby you, and it was like.
And first of all, I'm trying to figure out since when,
because when it's time to turn up, y'all don't hold back on nobody.
Right, and damn sure not Quad, because let us not forget, Mariah was the same motherfucker that spilled the tea and was throwing Quad under the bus, talking about how she got out of the strip club and then that she was homeless. So I'm trying to figure out, like, when the fuck have y'all been easy on Quad? Like, did I miss something?
Right, and to be honest, because Quad is the youngest, you can see it in the group dynamic that a lot of times y'all act like y'all are the ones who treat her a different way because she's younger. And then for Dr. Simone to sit up there in Quad face talking about, oh, you put yourself on a pedestal, and Quad was like, no, what are you talking about?
Right.
And I felt that because Quad is the type of person. Quad, like I see a lot of similarities in Quad and myself, because a lot of times when it's some shit start popping off, we would rather remove ourselves than get into a bunch of shit. And I feel like it's actions like that. Now, I'm not saying that Quad hasn't had her trash moments over the seasons.
Right.
They all have. But especially this season, Quad is like, I'm a disengage. And so now for you to be all up in her face, knowing that she dealing with shit, knowing how crazy Mariah's talked to her in the past, knowing and not to mention it's like talking about, oh, she gets a free pass, and it's like you just mad because you trying to force forgiveness and it ain't as easy as you thought it was. Like, don't put that on Quad, oh raggedy bitch.
Exactly. I was just like, you doing a whole lot, but that's that weirdo shit. That's that.
Right. I mean, but we know Mariah is a weirdo. Look at them contacts.
Well, that is actual fact. Because here's my thing. Because that's how it popped off. Like Mariah's like, oh, y'all not hard on everybody. Let's talk about you, Quad. And I'm looking like,
and I'm looking at it, but I'm like, y'all on a boat in Barbados. Like, why is this even the top of the conversation?
Right.
And then they start to hollering, and all the men get quiet. And the only thing I could think of was that poor white man driving that boat. I know he didn't know what he was getting himself into.
He was like, what are these?
I know he saw that camera, and he probably thought it was a Lifetime show, like one of them lifestyle shows.
Right.
And then they got to yelling and screaming. He was like, oh, God damn it.
Right. And I'm like, but yeah, that was some weirdo shit. It was weirdo shit on Mariah, and it was even more weirdo shit on Dr. Simone.
It was hella suspect on Dr. Simone.
It was hella suspect on Dr. Simone. It's like, you looking real funny in the light right now. I see why Cecil gonna divorce your ass.
Right. Like, even if you agreed, like, girl, you've done enough. You said enough. You need to be quiet.
Right. Exactly. Because you got your own shit to worry about.
All right, so let's wrap it up because I feel like we probably gone a little long.
Yeah.
Growing up hip hop Atlanta. Now I will preface this. I will preface this part by saying, y'all, that this is the first episode of this I've ever seen. But you know, listening to Ratchet Ramblings, and it's, I mean, to be honest, because I'm familiar with enough of the people on the show. Watching that one episode, I really don't feel like I missed a whole lot. So
yeah, you can just jump right in.
Yeah, so we just jump right in. So we're gonna save JD, Da Brat, and Bow Wow situation for last.
Right.
So Ayana talked all that shit, and then she's late to her photo shoot, and I'm just like, why?
Right. Talk boss moves, but then move like a rookie.
Right. Talking crazy to your girlfriend.
Right. Talking crazy to your girlfriend about to commit goddamn murder on Peachtree.
Right. Because you mad because you late. But the only person's problem or the only person's fault that you late is yours.
Right. It legit was nobody else's fault but yours that you were late and you mad at everybody but yourself.
Right. Because if you was really about your shit, you'd have been there an hour and a half early. Right,
you supposed to be a boss, and this your brand. I can't tell,
but you late. So, then we get to Zanique, and flat out, Zanique was just wrong because she was ignoring Ayana text about the photo shoot. Yeah, and she could have just told her, "I don't want to be a part of it," but she chose not to. She chose to be chicken shit and ignore her.
Yeah, I want to say this: Neek and goddamn they. Excuse me. They got a nice ass apartment because I know exactly where they area at, where they living. That shit off 85, like going to where the white folks live. They're going to like where not completely the white folks, but like the
gentrified area, yeah,
the affluent gentrified area. Like you going to the damn new Falcon Stadium. That's a nice ass area.
Yeah, I could tell. You could tell that shit was new too.
They just, because I pass that shit up going to work sometimes. They just built those damn apartments.
Yeah. So shout out to them,
right,
for that. Even though they moving in, and then Zanique going directly on tour, which this would have been probably the beginning of the Great Escape tour,
right?
That she was on.
Speaking of, they changed their name, man.
You know what? I'm not giving them no shine because when you do clownery, when you do motherfucking clownery. And I think somebody was saying that they can't legally have the name because Candy not part of the group. Whatever. The shit, it looks stupid.
Right.
They trying too hard to be hip and young. And it's like, that's not the crowd that's patronizing y'all during this tour. So I don't know why y'all trying to make young people music. I don't know why y'all trying to change your name, put this dumbass 3 in it. Like,
right. They don't change that name to a goddamn text signature.
Right.
So, but anyway.
So yeah, Zanique was chicken shit for that. The photo shoot that Ayana had, I thought, and you let me know your thoughts. I know that her breast reduction surgery has been something that's been a topic of conversation. I thought it was hella weird for her girlfriend to go to her dad and be like, "Yeah, what about her surgery? You know, she shouldn't have that. I don't want her to have it." And her dad being like, "Yeah, she shouldn't have it. I don't want nobody going under anesthesia." And it was just some real, and it was like, she trying to get rid of what a whole lot of women trying to get. And I was like, y'all sound like some fucking cavemen.
Yeah,
like,
it was
no women. I can't think of any instance where a woman is like, I am going to have a breast reduction just for the hell of it. Like usually when a woman is like, I need to have breast reduction surgery, it's to improve their quality of life because they in pain, they back hurt, the titties are too heavy. And I'm like, I don't understand why that's so difficult to understand. Like,
yeah, I thought
like, y'all two creeps like titties so damn much. You don't want this girl to, like, first of all, that's your daughter.
Right.
But y'all like titties so much. Like, that's such a weird mentality to me. Like, y'all love titties so much you don't want to see a woman get a breast and usually when a woman has breast reduction surgery, her titties are fucking huge. So after she has it, her titties are still big.
Yeah, that was
weird to me. It was hella weird to me.
I agree because at first it seemed like she was talking to her dad about like her being
she was talking about something else. Like
then she was talking about something else. Then it transitioned into that, and it was like okay, this went from okay to weird. But yeah, like because we've seen that like on social media, like forever. Like it's a woman to say I want breast reduction, and then it'll be a bunch of niggas in her mentions like, no, don't do it. And it's like, first of all, niggas, not your body.
It's not your body. These are not even titties that you have ever seen
and
or
you know
will
what?
ever see.
And in full disclosure, when I was, a lot younger and dumber than I am now, I used to be that dude because I admittedly I am more of a breast man, but I had to grow and realize that one, it's not about me. And then two, like, yeah, I may like titties, but it's not my body. Like, I don't like. Just if you talk to any woman that has like large breasts or whatever, like they'll tell you like, yeah, these things nice to look at, and like I enjoy when men or women when
but they hell.
But they hell, like they heavy.
The bras are expensive as fuck.
Cost the arm and the leg, like it's work dealing with these motherfuckers. So it's like I had to grow and learn. Like in that area, I really need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I never really had that because aside from being a homosexual, I'll never forget the first time I was exposed to that was when Regine had that surgery on Living Single.
Yeah.
And I saw it early and I was like, what's wrong with these dudes? They're like, baby, don't get rid of the titties. And it's like, she's not fucking any of y'all. Why y'all being weird?
Yeah.
Like, she's listed all the reasons why she's having it. Her back hurt. They fucking with her quality of, like, her doctor literally told her, bitch, you will be paralyzed.
Right.
If you don't do something. These titties are too big for your frame.
Right. You're going to tip over.
And then they even made a real callous joke when she was talking to Khadijah about it. Khadijah was like, oh, I was built to handle these titties, which coincidentally, fast forward to the future, and then Queen Latifah had the same thing.
Right.
Had her breast reduction surgery. So yeah, I thought that scene was weird. And I feel like that's going to come up again later. And her girlfriend going to be real weird and be like, your daddy don't want you to have a titty surgery either. So why are you trying to go against everybody's wishes?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see her going full nigga about that shit.
Yeah, that shit was weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So the clothes. Ayana's clothing line. And I feel like I have said something similar in the past about another show when I was on this show. You know what it was? It was Football Wives, which that's not the actual name of it. Yeah, but when somebody was having a fashion show and I was like, there are no fashions.
Yeah,
when
I
I
think
was
it's Nico.
looking, no, it wasn't Nico.
It was.
No, it was
Thought it was.
somebody else. It was somebody else's wife. Um, it was the real skinny football player with the dreads wife.
Oh shit. Shit.
Can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
But yeah, so I looked and I gave both eyes. I didn't even half look. I looked very carefully at Ayana's fashions for her clothing line, and I possessed confusion because to me, and y'all might feel different. Y'all might have seen something that was fly, but I looked at that and I didn't see any style or personality in those clothes.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. I saw a bunch of clothes from Goodwill for niggas.
All I saw was a bunch of baggy ass flowing clothes that anybody could have put together.
I mean, to be
Like
honest,
literally anybody can put that. Like just buy some shirts and shit that's a size or two too big,
right? I
and you
saw.
got the same thing. Like I didn't see any actual. Like I
Fact.
said, I didn't see any brand. I didn't see any fashion. I didn't see any personality in those clothes. And her daddy was playing to the left at first, but
yeah, I saw homosexual. Well,
not even that. It was just like it was to me. It looked like you know what it looked like. It looked like Blavity Black clothes.
It looked instead of brunch boots, it's brunch sweats.
Right. It was brunch blouses and shit.
Right.
That one shirt, and her daddy was like, "You can't even see her hands."
Right. It was we throwing hands at white people over Black Panther. Well,
right. So, but I was like, I mean, good luck, sis. Go off, I guess.
Right.
And so then later in the episode, Ayana and Zanique invited Ayana to talk about it. And at first, Zanique was being a piece of shit and was lying, talking about she didn't get no phone call.
Right.
Like you sat there ignoring that girl text messages, and now you're gonna play dumb.
Shout out to WeTV for rolling the receipts.
Right, rolling the beautiful bean footage. And Ayana was like, "I'll cuss your ass out right now because I know you lying."
Right.
Not even if you didn't get a phone call, you knew about the shit. You've been knowing about the shit. You agreed to do it. You didn't want to do it talking about your brand and blah, 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 blah. You could have just told her that. But they worked it out. And, you know, you could tell that Ayana was still a little bit miffed after the fact. But she was like, I'm going to let this go because it ain't worth me having no beef. And it was successful, allegedly. So, you know, there's no reason for me to sit here beefing with you about this. But you know, you was close to catching these hands.
All right. So okay, yeah.
So let's talk about Johnny real quick. I have a question. Is she well? Like, is everything okay at home? Because I'm like, you randomly on the pole, and then you went to Deb Atney house, and I swear to God, I had to keep looking up because every time Johnny Blaze started talking, I thought it was Anais.
All right.
I was like, what's wrong with this girl?
Okay, so the thing, because this is your first time watching the show. So what it is Johnny is
she's a stripper and she's also an artist. I got that. And I got that she's teetering the line between the two because, you know, for whatever reason.
And our thing on the show has been, we don't understand, in our opinion, like we have been like, I put it like this, I don't understand why. Well, I get maybe like maybe Deb Atney just don't want her to be on the pole, or she think it's, you know, something wrong with stripping. But I'm and you know, we can, you know, have varying opinions, but I'm like, why not capitalize and like have the stripper artists make stripper club music?
Yeah, I agree. However, I see the other side of it because once you are labeled as a stripper, most people will not see you as anything else.
That's
And
true.
so for Deb Atney, you can look at that and tell that Deb Atney has a bigger vision than just strip club bangers.
Yeah.
But she can't sell that if you actively on the pole. You know, I mean, look at Cardi B. Cardi B ain't been on the pole in years, and people still will try to use that to bring her down.
Well, that is actual and factual. So yeah,
you know, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with her stripping if she want to, and I agree. I mean, to me, I feel like that might be an untapped lane or a very shallow lane, in that you're an active stripper making strip club hits,
right?
But the problem with that is you run the very real risk of that being the only thing you can be, because nobody's gonna let you not be a stripper ever.
Yeah. I mean, and
especially if you were stripping while you were making music, they definitely not gonna let you be anything else. You know what I mean?
I think that's and that I think I'll put it like this. I don't necessarily putting it like that. I could see the vision of Deb, because I don't think Deb has like a problem with strippers or whatever, but being that like she's like a talent manager and stuff, like she is seeing the bigger vision. But it's not like,
I mean, because it's like Deb Atney is one woman and she can't fight that societal lens of how they look at strippers by herself.
Right.
So it's like you're not even an established artist. I can't fight that battle and get you where you need to be, unfortunately.
Right.
Or get you where I want you to be and where you, I guess, allegedly want to be.
Right, because that is a societal thing. It's like,
I mean, it's a societal thing. It's like women love strippers until they not in the strip club, and then it's like, how dare you not be in the strip club?
Right.
Like, because I'm a whole person, I can't strip 24/7. So what the fuck?
Right.
So that was what that was. But outside of that, I'm like, I don't know if she's well. I feel like Johnny Blaze got something going on.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see the next episode.
But she gonna
and see what goes on between her and Bow Wow, because there was a whole lot going on, but we didn't get much out of it. So that'll be interesting. So we can wrap this up now and get to the main event of Bow Wow. And so let me say this, and I feel like Candace may have said this already, but it bears repeating. Fuck this show. And fuck the brat for making me have to defend motherfucking Bow Wow and be on Bow Wow's side. Like, it is supreme bullshit to have to defend Bow Wow in 2018.
She said that last week.
I was trying to remember if she said that, but when I was watching the show, I was like, I am sitting here making notes defending Bow Wow, Shad Moss. Like, that's how you know we in the last of our damn days.
Right. Get your house in order.
Get your house in fucking order, because we are on this podcast about to defend Bow Wow. Bow Wow. Bow Wow. The same Bow Wow who gets dragged by the internet on a regular basis for trying to stunt. The same Bow Wow who tried to stunt and act like he elevated Erica Mena to something better. The same Bow Wow. The same Bow Wow who, what was the other thing he did that we dragged him for?
When he said that him and Snoop was gonna turn out Melania.
What?
Yeah, nigga, listen.
That wasn't even what what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened, and all of us we was mad at him for that, because it's like, nigga, we don't fuck with these niggas, but you also can't say no stupid shit like that.
It's just, I mean, that just sounds stupid. No, it was something that he said, and it was around the time when
he said he was biracial.
Something about that, like
and then the other time when he said he was first class, but he really wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten dragged about that multiple times, but I feel like it was something that he said around the time when he was on that CSI. CSI, what was it?
CSI.
No. CSI. It was like CSI social media, cyber.
Yeah.
It was something that he said around that time because we were dragging him, and then the lady on that show, I forget which one she was, she said something stupid, so we started dragging her, and we started dragging him for trying to use that as justification for whatever he said. Anyway, this is the same Bow Wow, and now I'm about to defend him. So
yeah, because
so
go ahead.
We didn't get much JD on this episode, so I'll reserve whatever for the next episode with him. Da Brat need to get some the business because
show title.
She started the show off just doing the fucking most. She call him JD. I mean, you know what Da Brat look like? Or she remind me of, you know, like when you at home with your siblings and one of your siblings is wilding and they won't listen. So you call your mama and be like, Mama, now I done told Jarius not to be doing this and he's still doing it. That was Da Brat going to JD like, and he done release his stuff on social media. He ain't even let us hear it. And I was like, Da Brat, I said, Brat, I said, sis, you owe millions of dollars, not one or two or three, not one, not hundreds, not thousands, not hundreds of thousands. You owe millions of dollars. If anything, yo Oshkosh Bigosh looking ass need to be in the motherfucking studio trying to make a hit of your own.
I'm saying you need to be in the studio with him. Shit.
I'm like, you sitting up here in your fucking Bob the Builder overalls and whatever the fuck else you wearing from the 90s with your hair done up like you going to play at the playground, worried about what Bow Wow doing. Like, Bow Wow not a grown ass man.
Right. I was going to
over 30. He in his 30s.
He had that with a whole ass child.
Right. It's like, why? And you acting like this is the 90s and he 14 and he can't make no decisions for himself.
He being disrespectful. He not listening to his elders. The nigga is grown.
He grown. And I'm sorry, but why the fuck would I listen to you?
Let's talk about it because the only thing that Da Brat is doing right now is being on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. And like you said, she owed millions. And
she owed that girl millions of dollars. She fucked that girl up. Now I won't take Brat accomplishments away because I think she was the first female rapper to go platinum with an album.
We do speak her name.
We speak her name, and you had a bop when you decided to be film and did that song with Tyrese dumbass. But you spent way more time in jail than you did out as an artist. Let's call a spade, and you have not done anything since you've been out of jail that even sets that even sets like an example for Bow Wow to follow if you're gonna try to be his elder.
Right.
I'm like, why the fuck should I listen to you? You ain't in the studio. You ain't doing shit. Who checking for you? Who checking for Da Brat in 2018? You ain't featuring on nobody songs. You ain't doing shit. Bitch, are you stupid?
If we keeping it all the way 100, who checking for JD as a producer in 2018?
I mean, because there's stuff come out and JD be looking funny in the light. But even if that's the case, I'm just like I said, I'm gonna save the JD thing for next week so we can see what he actually has to say when he shows his face. But Brat is sitting. I mean, I'm like, you acting like a brat. You sitting up here tattletelling. Like, are you dumb?
Just going extra because Bow ain't doing what you want him to do.
Right. I'm like, I don't know if this. I'm like, bitch, are your barrettes too tight? What's wrong with you?
Like, what is going on?
Like, for real, Da Brat is on there dressed like fucking Susie Carmichael, acting a goddamn ass. Because Bow Wow, and I'm like, at least Bow Wow is doing something. And again, fuck you for making me defend him. but at least he's doing things. Like, that's what the music industry is now. You create you create a record you think is hot, you release a snippet on Instagram or something. Everybody does it. Escape did it before they put that raggedy ass, musty ass 3 in their name. Ariana Grande did it. Like, it's tons of artists that tease their music online. And Bow Wow had a point when he said, that's all fine and dandy that y'all feel like y'all should hear it first, but I'm trying to let the people hear it because the people are the ones that are gonna buy it.
Right. We are in the age of hashtag content and streaming. So what better way to get it out would be to let the people who are going to, like you said, buy and or stream the shit, get it to them first and let them see what's shaking. Like what? Like this ain't the 90s.
Right. Especially with Bow Wow's reputation with music.
Right.
Because Bow Wow ain't made no good music since what? Fresh as I'm Is?
Yeah, more or less.
I ain't never had no nigga that was shorter than me in the elevator trying to top on whatever that song was with Sierra. Like, let's not act like Bow Wow is instant success. And let's not act like Da Brat or JD is instant success. Because unless it's some real behind the scenes shit, we ain't really seen JD have nothing real successful in a while either.
I mean, the last successful thing that I know JD for is being with Janet Jackson, and we see how that ended.
Right. So Da Brat, you need to go have a seat. Go get you a juice box. Matter of fact, go get you a pen and paper and get your ass in the studio.
Right. Put the strap down and get it in the studio.
Listen, put the strap down, loosen up them barrettes, take them in living color ass clothes off, and get your dumb ass in the studio and make your own hits instead of trying to police what Bow Wow doing. I'm like, that's a grown man.
Whole ass grown ass man, dog.
And
like,
I really didn't like that shit when she was like, yeah, and I mean JD is like a father figure to him, so he needs to listen to him. And it's like, that's not how that works. Like,
this is a grown ass man.
Grown man, but
boy, this is a grown ass man.
It's like, just because you put JD on a pedestal, that don't mean everybody has to.
Because let's be absolutely clear. JD is nobody's role model.
Listen,
let's be clear.
I'm like, I just don't get it. I'm like, and then to be honest, we can't even fault Bow Wow because he was ready. And then what did JD do? The shit that Da Brat is mad at Bow Wow for doing, JD did it to Bow Wow. Right. So like, what you really mad about, sis? You mad that Bow Wow took the wrong lessons from JD? What you mad about?
So is it Uchi Wally or Lil Mike? Yes or no?
It's no mics for her ass because she ain't in the fucking studio. Shit, that shit really made me mad. I'm like, at the very least, if you're gonna try to lecture me about my career and my music and what I do when I release, at least have a hit. At least have something on Billboard.
At least have some kind of business. The business that you got is being on a radio show with Ricky Smiley and Portia. Girl.
And that, and I'm okay. I mean, I don't know nothing about Ricky Smiley show. I just can't see Da Brat having that much to say every day on the radio.
Trust me, it's like I told y'all in the chat. Like she started out as a guest, but then like in the recent year, like she like a permanent co-host and shit. So it's like good the hell look, everybody.
Well, I mean, every morning show has that lame host. So I guess that fits for her.
Well, I mean, it's the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. I mean, the show itself is lame. I mean, look at the host.
I mean, I'll defer to you because I don't know about it. I don't know. I honestly don't know too much about Ricky Smiley. He's never really been that funny to me, so I've never invested in him. But I said all that to say,
Da Brat
wildin', and she really made us unleash the dragon on her ass
and defend
Bow Wow. And then Bow Wow went to that damn radio station and he's on this TV show talking about he's single and ready to mingle with that fucked up ass hair. He didn't even get a haircut. And I'm just like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you can't even root for Bow Wow because he don't do shit right.
He don't root for himself.
He don't love himself. And then you said, Da Brat tried the fuck out of that. I'm like, you need to get you some goddamn business.
She really did. It's like it's that thing where it's somebody that wants you to do what they want you to do, but what they want you to do ain't really in the best interest for you or
Right.
them.
It's like she's looking at Bow Wow and she still sees like 17-year-old Bow Wow. Now, granted, that's fair to a degree because he hasn't grown since then.
Right.
But just because you was in the goddamn clink for so long that you missed his whole growing up phase, that don't mean he has to stay in that bubble that you put him in. Because that's honestly what it feels like.
Right.
It's like I can't see him as a grown man because I missed him growing up. And so now I'm sitting up here snitching to JD because he being a bad boy. He releasing his music without consulting us first. Girl, are you stupid?
Right. Just listen to that sentence you just said. I'm gonna tell JD he releasing his music without telling us.
Without letting us listen to it first.
What?
When the hell? When was the last JD and the Brat record that was playing in the club and hot on the charts? I'll wait.
Shit, what, 96, whatever?
Because if anything, y'all got an inflated ego about the shit, and it's like,
I mean, let's be clear. The last Brat hit that I can think of just off the top of my head is probably
What Do You Like? That's the last song I can think of.
And Bow Wow has had music more recent than that. So
right, he had hits after that.
Right.
When he was an adult.
Right.
As crazy as it sounds, because you would not think that the Bow Wow of late had any hits ever in his life, but you know, life is a funny thing.
Right, we can't rewrite history, you know.
But like I said, for the Brat to get up there looking like fresh out of a fucking Baby Gap commercial.
Yo, you know who she reminded me of? Remember the damn cartoon, the show with the girl in the big couch?
The girl in the big couch.
It was some shit. Hold on, I'm gonna look the shit up. Hold on.
To be honest, the Brat reminds me of every cartoon girl that Cree Summer has voiced.
All right.
All of them.
All right.
Them damn barrettes in her hair and shit. I'm like, girl, you are 40. What are you doing? Like, if you don't take your ass and get some braids or take your ass to the goddamn beauty shop.
The big comfy couch. That's what the shit I was thinking of. That's what
like I said, I just want her to get some business. Get you some business. Get in the studio. Like, if you want, like, shit, lead by example. Since you such an elder to be respected, where your music at? Where your album at?
Right, because you need to respect the fact that you owe that woman millions. That's what you need to respect.
Millions. Shit, you lucky that you are free and able to do the things that you are doing.
Right.
After what you did, because it ain't just that you owe that lady all that money. Like, that lady is actually suffering. Like,
right.
Like, that's why you owe so much money, because that lady's suffering. She always gonna suffer for like the rest of her life, if I'm not mistaken.
Till you do right by me.
Listen, Brad. That's the thing. I'm like, the Brad, like I said, we don't really speak your name. We know of your name, but how we know that you ain't really you ain't never really popped off like that. Who knows what the Brad's real name is? We know Shad Moss.
Right. We don't want to know Shad Moss.
Right. We don't honor him, but we know him.
Right, because we still call him Bow Wow, but still.
Shit, y'all still call him Bow Wow.
Right.
But we don't know you, sis.
Right.
You got too much fucking ego.
Right. We know of you.
We know of you. And like I said, that's not to take away from the accomplishments that you had, but all of that was like what, pre-2002?
Yeah.
It's 2018.
Right.
Like, ain't nobody gonna be listening to you for the sake of listening to you, especially with the way the music industry is now.
Right.
Like, shit, you kind of have to do it the way Bow Wow is doing it.
Right. Bow Wow.
If you're not an established artist that people are looking for, even if you are an older artist that has had past success, if you're not constant presence, basically, you're not like a Beyonce. You're not you're not somebody that people are actively always looking forward to. You got to work that much harder.
Right. Bow Wow is actually being smart because he's adapting to the way the music
Right. He's adapting to the independent route.
Right.
And shit, that's what you have to do a lot of times. Like even having a label against you, it's like if you don't give the label something big up front, you're gonna struggle. So that's why you see Cardi B everywhere, because Cardi B gave the label something up front. She gave them a platinum hit, a top 10 hit, a number one up front. So of course they're gonna put all of their energy and their backing into making sure that she's a success, because she gave them something up front. Whereas most artists, especially like in these times, they don't pop like that, especially female rappers.
Right.
Because there's so many of y'all with that raggedy ass, there can only be one Highlander ass approach to women in rap. Anyway, we say all that to say, the Brat is a weirdo. Go get you some business. Leave Bow Wow alone and stop fucking snitching. Like, how stupid do you look to have been locked up all that time and now you on reality TV snitching on Bow Wow about making his own music? Like, you just look the fuck stupid. Like, goddamn.
Right. It's like so disappointing. But
I mean, I don't know about disappointing because it's the Brat. I don't know what to expect from her. But it is dumb and it is aggravating because, again, you done made me sit up here and rant for 15 minutes defending Bow Wow.
Right. As a matter of fact, you deserve Truly Trash of the Week just for that alone.
Yes,
we made us defend Bow Wow. You deserve the brand.
You know what? No, she has to share the Truly Trash with Andrea from Little Women.
Yeah.
Because for you to sit there and call your sister Ring ugly just because you want to be shady towards Minnie,
to her face
at that.
Yeah.
And so, the Brat and
Andrea,
the Truly Trash of the week.
Right.
And I think that's all we have for Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week because we forgot about Black Ink, but I mean, it's been good.
Shit, I forgot. No, Black Ink didn't come on this week.
Oh, it did?
I didn't see a new episode when I went on the website.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I mean, it's been giving us meh anyway, so I mean, it's not like we missed much. So.
Yeah, because they trying to make Caesar likable and they trying to do too much with what's her name, with Sky. And I'm on the site now. Yeah, the last new episode was on the 31st, so there wasn't a new episode this week.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I know this has been a long show.
We had too much to say, and we had a little bit of dragging to do.
Yeah,
but hopefully I upheld the mantle and fulfilled the shoes that Candace has left. Yeah. Hopefully she don't text me and be like, "Nigga, this episode was truly trash."
Right. Shit. We'll see in the group chat. But yeah, this has been Ratchet Ramblings. We have said a lot this episode, but hopefully this will get you through your work week, and hopefully you enjoyed our hot takes on this reality TV and tweet the show. Like we like to engage with the fans and engage with y'all in this theater. So
when we get it, because we sure didn't get it this week.
Right. We haven't had consistent theater since Black Ink Chicago and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So
yeah.
But
I hope Atlanta comes back next.
Yes.
It should.
They run Black Ink Chicago and Atlanta at the same time.
Ooh, that's gonna be spicy.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, because I mean, I think Black Ink Chicago has been consistently good. Atlanta,
with the things that we know going on behind the scenes with the Black Ink Chicago crew, I feel like we're gonna get at least half a good season. But they have so much shit going on that show that I feel like we'll get another good season. With Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, who knows?
Yeah, it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip.
Who knows? Because if we have to look forward to the whole Rashida and Kirk Baby thing, that's gonna be dry. And then Scrappy moved, so I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, that has been it. Don't forget to check out Gay Side Stories. As always, I put the link in the description because Curtis is our third member. So yeah, we'll be back next week. And Curtis, go ahead and give the benediction and the lost commandment.
For this week, the lost commandment is, thou shalt not demand respect as an elder when thou ain't doing shit.
And with that, we are out.
We looking at you, Brad, whatever the fuck your real name is. I feel like her name is like LaShawn or something.
We're gonna look it up.
I'm about to Google it. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.